Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For Isaac Brown, I am Zach Austin. Got Mr. Jake Fennell over here up with us tonight. Week 3 of Arkansas High School football. It is about 8 minutes away. It looks like we got some captains out here for the Wildcats. It's going to be number 10. It's going to be Simmons. Number 5, it's going to be Rush. Number 24, it's Sipe. And number 3, that's going to be Coke. Your Harding Wildcats come in ranked number 2 in Class 4A. They come in 2-0. Your Booneville Bearcats come in ranked number 2 in Class 3A or number 1, depends on the polls you look at. But both teams are 2-0. Harding does lead the series 3-0. It's probably one of the handful of series that the Cats have a losing record against. Not very many. So they own the streak 3-0. The last meeting was last year at Harding Academy. They won 56-27, and the very first meeting was back in 2015. Your brother was actually the quarterback of that team.
Yeah, he was. That was the year we were coming off that semifinal loss to Charleston the year before. Graduated a lot and had a rough season out the gate, but snuck into that 5 seed. And
we did.
And actually, at the end of the first quarter, we're up on the number 1 overall team, 14-7, I believe. So.
We were, and they kind of just did Harding football. And
yeah, just kind of, I mean, they were number 1 for a reason.
Right.
And every year,
yeah,
they're Harding Academy. So that's something that everybody had to deal with in 3A, and now it's 4A's turn,
and,
thankfully.
Thankfully, it is 4A's turn. And I will say, you know, some people's all, why in the world would Booneville schedule Harding Academy? Well, to be the best, you got to play the best. And so.
Yeah, and if you look over the last few years, once we've gotten into conference play, we see a lot of teams that by halftime, we're well in control. So in these games before the ones you have to play, it's important to give yourself a look at some competition that's going to be more of the caliber that you're going to see down the road.
Right, because, you know, your goal is to get to the state championship, not just the quarterfinals, semifinals, but that's the ultimate goal is the state championship game and the state championship.
And winning games, winning, losing, you know, these non-conference games don't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
But no matter what, you're getting valuable experience that you're hoping – Week 13, Week 14 is going to come in handy.
Right. So Harding, they're in 4A Conference 4A2, and we are in the 3A1. Couple notes. The last defending state champion to come into Bearcat Stadium was the Charleston Tigers in 2015.
Yes, and that was one of the upsets I was talking about. We had to win the last 4 games or something like that.
And, that was the start of it, that game right there.
Yes, they were, I believe, number 2 in the state at that point, too. They were a top 3 or 4 team at least. I think number 2. And so maybe we'll see something similar tonight.
Hopefully we'll see something, similar or not. It also happened back in 1977 when Mina came to town. And your Booneville Bearcats won that one 22-6. A couple stats for your Wildcats. They're averaging about 380 passing yards. Rushing, they're averaging about 101 yards. They average about 46 points a game and only giving up 24.5 points a game.
Right, so they're Harding. We talked about before, or I was talking with Chuck, quarterback from last year, Smith. He has chosen to hang up the helmet, get rid of it, and prepare for his baseball career that's going to begin at the University of Arkansas this year.
Yep.
But it looks like it was a next man up mentality for them. They've got Miller. It's Owen Miller, number 6. Quarterback there, I believe he's just a sophomore.
Yes, just a sophomore. He's got 705 passing yards through 2 games, Jake.
Yeah, 705. That's a lot, and he's led by Hoover, number 2, Kyler Hoover, and number 3, Landon Koch, as his leading receivers.
Yep. So. Looks like Johnny Barnes is going to be one of your captains for your Bearcats, and number 12, that's going to be quarterback Peyton Tatum. Your Booneville Bearcats coming into tonight's game, we're averaging 10 yards. Now, granted, last game was the first time we threw the ball, come out through 3 passes, and PT's got 20 yards on the year.
Sometimes that's a lot for a Booneville quarterback the way we play. So
it really
that
is.
was a good job on his part coming out ready to go last week.
Okay. Isaac was going to say something, but anyways. We're averaging 319.5, so 320 rushing yards. We're averaging 35 points a game and giving up 6.5 or 6 points a game.
Right.
So we're only giving up 61 yards on defense and giving up 79 yards on defense. Now, this is an average, folks, while giving up a total average of 141 yards. Now, your starting defense is only giving up about 70. Looks like the Cats have won, and the Cats will receive the ball, Jake, to start the game.
Okay, start to set the tone early right here.
Yeah, so we'll be defending the old field house or to the west. Wildcats have forced 2 turnovers, and Booneville Bearcats has forced 1. Interception against the Hillbillies 2 weeks ago. That was Jake's man, Dylan Todd.
Yes, sir.
That was a very exciting play right there. We're fixing to get underway here, folks. And that's a couple of your stats on the series and just on both teams. A couple other guys to look out for the Wildcats on defense. It's going to be number 50, Jake, Mercer. He's got 17 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks.
Yeah, he looks to be the leader out there.
Yeah.
For the Wildcat defense. He'll be a main guy to key on tonight.
Definitely will. He's going to be a senior for the Wildcats. Another guy to look out for as far as defense goes is going to be Simmons, number 10. He's got 12 tackles, and number 12, Jones, has 11 tackles. Simmons, his dad is actually the coach at Harding University, and they may pronounce it Simons. Oh, is it Simmons? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Simmons. He recruited me when I was back in school.
Wow, cool little tidbit there. I didn't even know. Hey.
Celebrity in the
press box tonight. Up in Don Elmore press box. We're right off DJ George Drive. Got about a minute until kickoff. Give you a couple stats for you Bearcats real quick. Daniel, he's one of you guys to watch out for on defense, especially with Ray out and Welling out. And so he's got around 16 tackles, give or take. Your leading tackler, though, is going to be Dax Goff. He's got 20 on the year. He's also your leading rusher with 245 yards. And then Trace Hall, he's got 185 yards on the ground. And Damari Poole, he's got around 10 tackles and 1 sack. And Cody Elliott, he's got about 10 tackles himself. Your kicker for the Wildcats is going to be number 7, Kyle Ferry. He's committed to Mississippi State. He's a 5-star kicker.
Yes, and I believe it watching him kick last year.
Yes.
Zach told me before the game here he kicked a 60-yarder
right down the middle.
Right down the middle, 60 yards. It'll take me three throws to throw a ball 60 yards.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's a long way.
Your deep guys, it's going to be very deepest guys. Trace Hall, his heels are probably an inch away from the goal line.
Yeah, and I don't expect many will be returned tonight.
I don't either. I expect a lot of touchbacks. Ferry approaches the kick. Good kick. High. And it's going to go on the outside of the end zone.
Yeah, slammed out the back. Must have been scared to kick it to us.
Must have been.
Or he just got a big leg.
Just a big leg, baby. Left-footed kicker. You don't see very many left-footed kickers either.
No, that's going to be a big get for Mississippi State, I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Peyton Tatum is going to be your inside receiver. Dax Goff is your quarterback. Shotgun formation. Trace Hall goes in motion. Dax is going to keep it on the left-hand side. And he gets about 4 yards there. Jake, a little something different.
Yeah, something different. I guarantee you they didn't look at a lot of that, to look at throughout the week. So Bearcats coming out trying to do something a little different to get a little momentum going early.
So Elliott's going to come out. He was the halfback to the left of Dax. And looks like we're going to go shotgun again, Jake. Peyton Tatum's going to be your quarterback this time. Dax is to the right of him. 2 receivers over here to the right, 1 to the left. Far side's going to be Trace Hall. Dunn Daniels in the slot over here. And Hall goes in motion. A little jet sweep on the right-hand side. Cuts to the sideline.
Right there, uses speed.
Ooh. And he's going to be close to the first down, Jake.
Yeah, he's going to be, looks like they're going to give it to him right on the line to gain. And that's a good job by Trace, just turning the jets on and getting to the sideline right there.
Your other two guys out there for the Cats, number 22, that's going to be Matson, and number 11, that's Washburn. Looks like Cats are going back to their little traditional. Well, no, this is kind of an I formation here. But the wing back over here is going to hand off to Dax Goff, and he gets maybe 3 yards there on the carry.
That's a good job by Dax, getting a little momentum going forward. He stumbled, tripped up a little bit, managed to gain something there.
Dunn Daniel, he's going to be your tight end, but he's going to be split out to the left this time. Matson to the right.
Booneville throwing a couple little different looks out there at Harding early on in this game.
Yes, and kind of more of a normal formation here for the Cats, flex bump formation here. And a pass attempt. He's got Matson wide open over here. And oh, man.
Didn't see him.
He didn't see him. And that was intended for a haul. Number 15, though, was in the coverage there, Jake.
That's, I believe his name is Jack City.
Jack City.
Number 15. That's a football player name.
That's a football player name right there.
Jack City. Looks to be a senior this year, defensive back.
You know, and looking from last year, too, Jake and Isaac, the defense of line, they're not as big as they have been in the past.
No, they were a senior-heavy group on the defensive line last year, and hopefully a little inexperienced.
Tatum rolling to his left over here. Curl route by Hall, and he's caught it, and he pulls it in. He's going to be tackled about the 43-yard line.
That's 15 again in coverage, Jack City, and that's a great job by Tatum putting his foot in the ground and making a bullet of a throw right there. That was a great job.
And, you know, it's like we mentioned earlier in the year, PT, he's put a lot of work in through the summer and still putting work in to get better, and it's paying off, and he's looking good so far.
Yes, he is. I've been impressed with him up to this point. Hopefully we keep the momentum going right here.
Traditional formation for you Cats. Elliott is your fullback. Goff goes in motion. It's going to be handoff. I'm sorry, no, it's going to be a pitch. And I think
ball was fumbled and recovered.
Looks like number 18 for the Wildcats is going to jump on that.
Yeah, that's Colton Smith, another senior defensive lineman. That was a pitch a little bit behind the back, hard to handle. Hits the ground and Harding finds it.
Now, as we said earlier, he's got 705 yards. They'll do some tunnel screens, receiver screens. Then they'll throw a deep pass here and there. They'll hand off some. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Number 4 is going to be your halfback, and it's a little receiver screen over here to number 88, McGillard. And he's going to be tackled. I believe that is Washburn on the stop for the Cats.
And watching film this week, you can tell they use their receiver speed a lot. It's a lot of, you know, he can make the big throw, the bomb down the sideline, but also he likes to use his receiver speed, getting to the sideline and going.
Exactly. You got one receiver to either side, and he's going to do a little incomplete, kind of a little screen pass.
That's 32 on the coverage. Cody Elliott.
Cody Elliott. You got trips to the right over there. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little receiver screen. Griffin's your halfback is going to get it on this little counter over here to the left. And Damari Poole on the stop for the Cats, and that's going to bring up third down, Jake.
And right here, you know they've got the leg.
Yeah.
You know they've got the opportunity to kick it here.
Yeah.
Turning the ball over here, this would be a big momentum boost, even if they come out with 3 points.
Right.
Big momentum boost for Booneville to show that they can stop them.
And got a little reverse, got a pass coming here, and incomplete. Oh, wow. That would – oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. The ball was underthrown. He had his – it looked to me like he made a play at the ball. The receiver did as he come through the air. I may be wrong.
He touched it. Now, granted, Cody did not turn around, but he did throw his hands up.
Right, and it didn't look to me like he was on him or all over him at all.
I don't agree with that.
Bearcat faithful don't agree either.
So that's going to be a first down for the Wildcats. Well, it's going to be a fourth down.
Right, yeah, we were sitting fourth down, 4th and long. And I'm not sure. There may have been a little bump, a little pass interference.
Right.
He was beat. The ball was underthrown a little bit, but a little tic-tacky early in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but you live with what you have.
Too, yeah.
Live with what you get right there, 1st and 10.
You got 8:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Yes, at the 11-yard line too, Jake. 1st and 10, and good stop by sophomore Damari Poole, Jake.
Yeah, Damari, we talked last week how he's just an aggressive.
Right.
I think I called him mean.
Mean, yeah.
Didn't mean mean as in bad, but mean as in mean
football
on the
term.
football field.
Exactly.
Right, and that's the kind of guys you got to have.
You got to have a guy that's got his motor running. 2 receivers to either side. Griffin is your halfback. Miller is your quarterback.
Got a flag.
Offsides against the Cats, and
must have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Cats kind of shooting themselves in the foot on this drive right now.
Yeah, and these are the kinds of things you're going to have to limit if you're going to have a chance against a team to this caliber.
Right. 8:20 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 4. Ball's on the 5-yard line. It's going to be right up the middle. And just a big stop by the Cats defense right there.
Yeah, and so far, Bearcats have done a good job containing the run.
They have. And
busting through, getting off of blocks. Hopefully that's a trend that we continue to see that's done on the tackle.
Looks like we're going to have quads to the right, one over here to the left. That's going to be McGarland. Or McGolliard, sorry. Griffins goes offset.
I believe we had movement, Zach, up front.
Well, that'll be good for us right there.
Yes, it was movement. Motion penalty will back them up 5. And again, we're in a 3rd and long situation.
3rd and long.
We hold them to 3 points here. That'd be a benefit.
I would a win. I would
this
think.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure it would be a win.
Quads to the right here, Jake. Griffin's coming in motion again. And he's looking for McGolliard right there. A little slant route. And he's in for 6 with 7:30 left to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be 6-0 Wildcats over the Bearcats.
It's number 4. I believe that's Clayton Lofton. I don't have him on my roster. Clayton Lofton on the cover. Just a quick little 2-step slant route right there. Hits him in stride for the touchdown.
And watching some of the film, Jake, from them, McGolliard, that's what he kind of runs, is the little slant routes.
Right, yeah, like I was saying earlier, uses his speed, and he's got a lot of it.
And it is good. So with 7:30 left to go here in the first quarter, Wildcats are up 7-0 over the Bearcats. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. Ready to do the kicking. Again, Hall's back is your deepest man back, as well as Dax Goff and Dunn Daniel. And into and out, actually out of the end zone again, Jake.
Yeah, big leg.
Yeah.
It'll be Booneville's ball right here. We'll get it at the 20-yard line, 25-yard line.
So second possession of the game, Jake. And if you're just joining us, Cats won the toss, chose to receive, and did a good job moving the ball in the Wildcats.
They did. They, did it in various ways, a couple different looks that you don't normally see from the Bearcats. Unfortunate turnover.
Yep.
Pitcher's
just kind of behind him a little. And
right. You've got to limit those. You've got to limit turnovers against a team like this.
PT comes under center. Goff goes in motion. He gets the pitch on the right-hand side, and ball comes out again, and luckily Trace Hall is there, Jake, to get on that.
Yeah, he just stretched out to try to get the extra yard, a little loose with the ball.
That's going to make it about 2nd and 15 with 7:15 left to go here in the first quarter.
Got to hold on to the ball here. The key to this game is going to be moving forward, even if it's just 2, 3, 4 yards at a time, moving forward, which I know that's obvious, but when you look at teams like this, if you start going backwards, it's hard to get going.
Yeah, you dig yourself a hole that you got to get out of, and it could hurt. Shotgun formation, PT rolling over here to his left, back to his right now, and
just nowhere to go.
2-yard loss there.
2. Guys off the edge got there in a hurry, unblocked. He was forced to improvise a little bit and just nowhere to go with the ball.
No. And I think the lead guy for the Wildcats was number 50. That's their leading tackler, Mercer.
Yeah, Mercer. He looks to be the man you're going to have to contain the most. He's a big physical kid. Going to be a tough task on that side of the line.
It is. Looks like they got him at the right defensive end spot right here. Normal formation for the Cats. PT is under center. Hall goes in motion, and PT on the keeper, and he's still on his feet, and he's going to be close to the first down. It's going to make it about 4th and 1.
Yeah, that's a great job. They didn't see that coming, something quick and easy on the inside, and that's a Bearcat football run. Now, this is where you get in a situation early on. Do you take the gamble?
Yes. You go for it or you don't? I mean,
I think you do.
I don't think it hurts anything.
If you're playing to win the game against a team like this, you've got to roll the dice a little bit.
Exactly. Matson splits out to the left. Goff goes in motion. And Jake, it looks like the defense is reading the pitch over here to the right to Goff as number 5 and 34 shows up on the left-hand side of the defense.
Yeah, I think we were just looking to get them to jump off sides right there, take a timeout here, and think about what we're going to do.
So we'll take a little timeout with them and be right back. With 5:19 left to go here in the first quarter, your Cats are down 7-0 over the Wildcats. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field, up here in Don Elmore press box. 5:19 left to go here in the first. 4th and 2 from the Cats' own 28-yard line. We're going for it.
Yeah, and I think it's the right call. You've got to be aggressive, roll the dice a little bit.
You've got to. Elliott's your fullback, and he's going to, Hall's going to get it on the pitch, and he's dropped for a loss.
They read it. It looked like they knew what was coming. He was dropped, looks like about a 3 or 4 yard loss. That's going to be a turnover on downs, Zach.
It is, and then Cats, they look good at times, Jake.
Yeah, we're moving the ball a little bit on them, but we keep shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. We're, fumbles or penalties have helped them move forward.
Yep.
Limit those, and we may have a good opportunity to make a little dent in this.
So that's going to bring on the defense for your Booneville Bearcats, and they've looked fairly decent, honestly, so far, in my opinion, against the Wildcats. 2 receivers to either side. Number 2 going to go in motion. That's Hoover. And Miller's rolling to his right, looking back to his left, a little wheel route. And incomplete. It was dropped. That was Osborne in coverage.
That was a great call right there by the Harding Academy Wildcats. That's number 20 on the drop, Isaac Baker. Sophomore.
That was a huge mismatch there.
It was a very huge mismatch,
yes,
Isaac.
That was a great. That's what I was meaning by that. Great play call. Had the look they wanted and just didn't take advantage of it.
Osborne's going to be one of your outside defensive linebackers here. Your outside linebacker for the Cats. Got trips to the right, 2 over here to the left. Little receiver screen. And Dax Goff on the stop for tackle for loss.
Broke his tackle or broke his blocker there and hit him in the backfield for a loss. Looks like, what was that, a loss of about 3 yards, 3 or 4 yards?
So 3rd and 13, Jake. Ball's on the 28-yard line. Got 4:46 left to go in the first quarter. And big play right here for the defense.
Right, this will be a test for our secondary to make a play here for us.
I would be looking for a pass over here to number 88 over here on the bottom side of your screen. You got one-on-one coverage over here with Matson covering him. That's going to be Gaillard over here.
1 year to the right also is that's number 2, I keep saying that. Number 2, Kyler Hoover. He's their leading receiver this season. He's got over 260 yards, 4 touchdowns.
So it looks like they took a timeout. But, yeah, like you were saying, Jake, Hoover, he's his leading receiver.
And it looks like they've got a 1A, 1B situation with
right.
Kyler Hoover, and number 3 is Landon Koch.
Yeah, he's not far behind him.
No, he's at 232 yards and 1 touchdown. Averages 116 a game in the air. So 2 quality weapons there for Harding. This will be a test for Booneville secondary here to get a big stop and set us up.
I'll take this time real quick, Jake. I want to thank our sponsors for the broadcast from Booneville Bearcat Sports and the app. I want to thank our exclusive broadcast advisor, First Western Bank, serving our local communities for 110 years. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. 4:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Cats are down 7-0. Everybody in tight. And he's kind of got all day to throw. He's got some pressure now from Plymel and Dax, and wide open and
he drops
incomplete.
The pass was going to be well short of the line to gain. That was number 23, Judge Jude Fager, I believe is how you say that name.
Sounds about right to me, Jake.
The quarterback there was a little bit under duress. He
had
a long time to make that throw, and once we bust through, we were coming. He had to make an escape plan there and overthrew him just a hair.
Ferry's kick right here. Let's see if the Cats can get in here and block it. That's going to be a 45-yarder. And, Trace Hall. And that's going to be a no good, folks. To the right. Big break here for the Cats.
I wish that kid a lot of success down the road.
Yes, sir.
And I hope he misses them against the Bearcats and the Hogs.
Right,
and I don't care if he makes every other one, but we'll take them all night.
Exactly. So, 3rd possession of the game for Booneville Bearcats. The other two's kind of come up short with the turnover and then turnover on downs, but we've looked good, honestly, moving the ball. Different formations, as you said earlier, shotgun, and looks like we're going in an I formation here. Elliott, your fullback. Goff is your halfback. And it's going to be handoff on the right-hand side. And maybe 2 yards there, Jake, on the run.
Yeah, not a lot of room to run there. Kind of just lowered his shoulder and got a little bit. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Do want to give a shout-out to Mr. Dummy Shepard, watching from the big old city of Sugar Grove, Arkansas. Hope you're staying kind of cool there, Dummy. A little warm, a little stuffy up here anyways.
Up here it is.
Hall goes in motion for the Cats, and it's going to be a pass right here by PT, and he's throwing it to Dunn Daniel. Man, darn.
That's one that Dunn would wish to have back there. That was a cannon coming out of
a good throw.
Tatum's hand.
Yes.
Now, we do have a flag on the field. And that's one of those plays, Zach, that Dunn, I believe, feels like should have made.
Yeah.
And
he was right there, and boy, the way he laid out, all that had been so sweet.
Right, and it would have came back.
Holding.
A holding call against the Bearcats.
And just shooting ourselves, honestly, in the foot again.
Yeah, things like this are going to have to be cleaned up and quickly.
Yes.
Especially playing on that side of the field.
Cats are taking their time here. Got 3:29 left to go here in the first. It's 2nd and 19 from our own 11. Do want to give a quick shout out to some former neighbors of mine. They live all the way down in Shallow Water, Texas. It's going to be Barron and Luke Schmidt. I hope you boys are liking Texas, staying cool down there too. Hall goes in motion, and it's going to be hand off to Cody Elliott right up the middle. And
he is a tackle around the ankle away from busting that one deep. Again, though, with the run game, Booneville's made a little headway tonight.
We really have.
We're being physical with them, and that was something I talked to a few of the boys earlier in the week. They said, yes, it's Harding Academy, but we don't care who we play. We feel like we're going to be the more physical team.
Right.
And up front tonight, you're seeing that just a little bit.
You are, and You couldn't do that without your offensive line. Your starting center, 75. Isaac, that's our old buddy Lance Sims that was up here in the press box with us for a couple of years. Goff goes in motion. It's going to be a keeper by PT over here on the right-hand side. He cuts to the sideline. He's going to have the first down there, Jake.
That's a great job by PT, just pulling it and lowering his head and going.
And Hall was able to get just enough seal there. He could get around and get the first down.
Right, yeah. It's a great job by PT. And here we go, moving the ball a little bit. We need to, no matter what we do, we have got to switch sides a little bit. We've got to force them to have to do something other than have it inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, this is about our best field position so far.
It has been, and we need to take advantage of that.
You got 2:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Some of your other guys on your offensive line, looks like your right guard is going to be Mr. Johnny Barnes, and your right tackle is Cameron Osborne. We got a timeout, I believe, for your Booneville Bearcats. So we'll take a little timeout, and we'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Your right guard, I don't know, I should have known this. Kind of feel silly now, but is Mr. Matt Obar. And your right tackle is Cameron Osborne. Johnny is going to be your left tackle, and Mr. Matthew Crosby is your left guard. Dunn Daniel will be your tight end. He'll also play receiver. He sits split out to the left. Matt's number 22 over here on the right. Elliott is your fullback. Goff goes in motion. There's going to be a pass over here, and he just throws it away.
And that may be intentional grounding, Zach. I'm not sure if he got out of the tackle box.
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about over here, Jake. Your linebacker come up here and was able to pop Hall and stop him just enough.
And it looks like they've decided to keep the flag in the pocket, and I'll be honest, that might have been a break for your Bearcats.
Yes. So kind of, I guess you could say a little coaching session there from the ref,
Right, yeah, maybe, it was close,
yeah.
and just reminded him.
Little jet sweep over here on the left-hand side, and he may be a yard behind the line of scrimmage here, Jake.
Yeah, I think he's right at the line, maybe just slightly behind it. And here we are again, third and long situation. Now, the Bearcats have shown today that they're willing to throw the ball a little bit, and we'll see what they do here.
Looks like Elliott's going to come into the game. Washburn is going to come out, number 11 for your Bearcats.
Third down and 10 now. Elliott's back in the game.
Looks like we're probably going to go shotgun here. I'm wondering. You got two receivers over here to the right. That's Manson and Hall. Dunn Daniel is split out to the left. You got
we'll be under
2
center.
seconds. And
faked a pitch.
Maybe a little trickery. I don't know what.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be trickery, but I think we were rushed a little bit.
Yeah.
We had to get that off right before the play clock expired. And we lost a half a yard, maybe a yard there, so I would expect the punt team to come on.
And it looks like that's what's going to happen as number 66, Hicks, and number 56, Wingfield, comes onto the field for you Cats.
Number 2, Hoover back deep.
Dax Goff will be doing the punting. Who's that guy back deep there, Isaac? Low
like that's
punt,
number 2. That's
and he's got a good block. I don't know how that's not a blindside block right there. They missed that one. Trace Hall, maybe.
We've got flag on the ground,
I was
Zach.
gonna say,
they may have got it.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious.
It was. PT just got ear hold,
Yeah.
Those are fun hits, but they've ruled that, a penalty.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's not like it was just 10, 15
years ago when we played,
Yeah, I got ear hold a lot in practice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm up here.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. There are 2 flags, Jake. There's one back here at the 34-yard line that Isaac's pointed out, and the other one's up here at the other 36-yard line.
Well, we know the touchdown's coming off the board,
Right.
so at least one of them is on the Wildcats.
Pretty sure they both are.
Both are?
Yeah. There's a blindside block where that one was.
That was the one we saw.
And then I think that was the same thing there.
Got blindside block here against the Wildcats. So it should be from the spot of the foul back here, be 15-yard penalty. And Wildcats are going to be in their own territory for their third possession of the game.
Yes, and that's the first time we've done this, and that's what I was talking earlier. No matter whether or not you're punting, you're scoring a touchdown, whatever it is, you can't consistently play on the wrong side of the field. And Booneville did a good job of flipping it there. Got a little bit of help.
They did.
With the penalty, and now the defense needs to take advantage of that, see if we can get a little momentum going.
So we got 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Wildcats are going to have the ball on their own 22-yard line. Two receivers to the right, two over here to the left. That's going to be number 88, McGarland, and number 2, Hoover, over here on the left-hand side. Miller's kind of in the H-back position. I'm not Miller, Griffins. Little receiver screen over here to Hoover, and good pop there by Matson.
Yeah, that's a good job with Matson. I can't catch the number. I believe that's number 70 for Bearcats.
That's going to be Mr. Osborne.
Yeah, that's Cam Osborne, the first to meet him. Got around him a little bit, but slowed him up enough. Matson put a good little pop on him right there.
He did put a little good pop, and it's a good thing Osborne actually slowed him up a little. We got 4 seconds. We'll see if they get the snap off. Two receivers to either side, and it's just,
they got it
he's
off.
Looking. Slant route here by McGarland. And good stop there by PT.
Big
and
chunk of
we've
yards
got a
right
flag
there,
back over here.
We'll take another one, Zach.
Yes, sir. Legal man downfield, or an ineligible man downfield. So, is that a 10-yard penalty there, Isaac? Yeah, 10-yard penalty. So, for you folks that don't really know, 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. And depending on what kind of formation you honestly line up in, you can have a lineman that's actually an eligible receiver.
Right, depending on where he lines up on the line.
Right. And you got a guy covered up, and where he's, pretty much slotted there on the line of scrimmage, if he's covered up, he can't go down the field.
Right, and it looks like that's probably what happened. I didn't see it. I wasn't looking for that.
I honestly didn't either.
Whatever it was, we'll take it.
We will take it. Hey, Jake, we'll thank a couple more sponsors for our app and BoonevilleBearcats.com. Our premier sponsors, 5B Properties and B Plus Rentals. See Calvin Bennett for your rental needs. And Community National Bank of Booneville. Let Brett Cook and other staff take care of your banking needs. So, at the end of one, it's 7-0. Wildcats over your Bearcats. Bearcats have looked good at times. The Cats have looked kind of rough at times. Shot ourselves in the foot here and there. Last drive kind of stalled on us too as well, but I can't really complain.
No, and I'll say this. This is a positive step from last year's game.
Oh,
We're going into the end of the first quarter right here with just a 7-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's positive against a team that you expect to be in the running to win the whole thing in 4A.
Exactly.
The Bearcats' defense have done a good job, and I know they've helped a little bit, but we've made some big plays and big stops too.
We have.
Physical up front, doing a good job.
Looks like 2 receivers to either side, stacked formation for the receivers. Miller's your quarterback, rolling to the right, got pressure from Ply Mel. Little slant route, that's to number 20 for the Wildcats. That's Baker.
Isaac Baker, sophomore.
Mr. On the reception, Dax Goff, your junior, your leading tackler for the Bearcats, made the stop there. Be handoff to Griffins on the left-hand side, and he's going to be met by Cody Elliott and a couple other guys. Cody's trying to get the ball out of there, Jake.
Yeah, that's a great job by Elliott, and that's just another example. Up front, stopping the run, Booneville's done a great job tonight. It's through the air, which is what seems to usually be the issue.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to guard a guy when
is.
you don't know where he's going. You know what I mean? So
Exactly, yeah.
does a good job there stopping the run.
I know I couldn't do it, so I got to
No.
give these kids kudos for doing it. And they've looked fairly good so far. Miller rolling to his right over here. And a little dip off. What a catch by Hoover over here on the right-hand side. And he's just going to slide down at the 31-yard line.
That was an athletic play right there.
Yes.
Looked athletic. Looked smooth. Wide open, too. Nobody
Yes,
around.
wide open. He's a junior for the Wildcats. Looks like number 56, Wingfield, is going to come into the game, and Sims is going to come out for you Bearcats. Trips to the left, one over here to the right. And looks like we got a different quarterback. That's Griffin's in there at a little false start against the Wildcats, kind of in a Wildcat formation for the Wildcats.
Right. Clever.
Clever. Thank you.
Take advantage of this right here.
Yes. 1st and 15. Trips to the left, 2 over here to the right. Miller's all alone in the backfield. Griffin, your halfback, is the farthest over there. McGarland's in the middle. Your little slot receiver over here is going to be number 2. That's Hoover. And he's looking for McGarland. They did this against Valley View, and what a catch. Ball was underthrown.
Underthrown. That's number 11. Washburn, I believe,
Washburn, yes,
on
sir.
the coverage. And
Sophomore
he
for
just
the
didn't
Cats.
know where the ball was.
No.
Ball was underthrown, but he had his back turned, initially beat.
Yeah.
Overran the play a little bit. That'll be a Harding touchdown.
And they like to run. He runs the slants or he runs that seam right there. And when Hoover normally takes about 2-3 steps and just stops.
Right.
That's usually when they go to that. Ferry bring attempt the PAT here. We'll see if we can get in there and block it. And it is good. I thought that looked a little close to me, but that makes it 14-0 with 10:18 left to go here in the second quarter. Give you folks some scores real quick. Nashville is up 7-6 over Charleston in the second quarter, and Mansfield is up 13-7 over Waldron. That's in the second quarter as well. Jessieville is up 12-0 over Atkins. That's in the second quarter. And Melbourne is losing to Hoxie by 7. That's in the first still. And Prescott's up 22-6 over Hope. And let's see here. Perryville, they are playing Episcopal Collegiate. They are down 8-0 in the second quarter.
Got Ferry ready to kick here.
See if he decides to kick a little bit shorter. All of his kicks, Jack, they've gone on the other side of the end zone.
Yeah, but he's got to kick this way now.
Yeah. And he's actually, honestly, he's kicking into the wind a little as the flag's blowing in this way from the east.
We'll see if it makes a difference.
Low, I say low kick, lower than what it has been.
It did make a difference. That one was only 9 yards
Yeah.
deep, not 10. So.
Just a little different. A couple more sponsors to thank. I want to thank Shelter Insurance and Agent Gerald Baker, S&W Home Center for all your hardware needs, the City of Booneville, and a good hometown, Patriot Underground and Taylor Nieder. First Booneville, home of First Booneville students and First Booneville kids, and Stacy Hobart Photo Art. Stacy does an awesome job taking pictures of the games.
She does every
Very
game.
awesome.
She is every game, it feels like. Booneville's lucky to have her.
They are. Hall goes in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the right-hand side. He's got the sideline. He's up over here to the 30. Cuts inside, and he's still on his feet. Sheds a tackle. Still on his feet and goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. What a run.
They never got him down, Zach.
They never did. He's
fired up on the sideline. I like it. And that's the type of Booneville play that we need. We need something a little bit positive going, and that may be it.
It might be, and gets the crowd up into the game. So far, that's the best play the Cats have had so far. Other than the Elliott run, that's the biggest play we've had so far tonight.
And that was big. Right off the bat, off the pitch, he sheds a tackle.
Right.
Gets the sideline, makes him pay.
So, I mean, hey, we're getting close to Wildcat territory. Ball's on the 46-yard line. It's first down. Elliott's your fullback. Hall's your right halfback. Your left halfback's Dax Goff. Dunn Daniels slotted in on the right-hand side. Pitch to Dax on the right-hand side. He cuts back. He's got the rest of the field to go, Jake.
There
30, 25, 15, 5. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Big run, big cut back up the field.
Kind of one of them one steps and goes almost. 9:58 left to go here in the second quarter. Your Cats get on the board. It's 14-6. Dax Goff goes 54 yards.
Zach, I'm not sure who that was. I believe it was number 7, Trace Hall.
Trace
for the
Hall
Bearcats that made that play work. He had a big tackle or a big hit on the side to open that up.
And Marcos' kick, good. So 14-7, Wildcats over the Bearcats. That was Marcos Mujor on the kick for your Booneville Bearcats, one of our foreign exchange students from Spain. And, Jake, that's what I like about our other halfbacks. Not only do they run the ball hard, but they block.
Yeah, they can block. That was a big block on the side. That was what Ethan Obar, Cole 104.7 up here, said that's what we needed, and it was. Big block on the side, great cut back up the field to a wide open field for Dax, put us on the board.
And let's see, looks like we're going to have Marcos kicking. Juan, he's our other foreign exchange student, but looks like he's just short and jersey tonight, so I'm not sure what's up with
some sort of injury,
yeah.
I think.
Number 27, Marcos.
I heard early in the week that he may not be available tonight.
Oh, man, you kind of hate that.
I never heard exactly what it was. Hopefully it's nothing too major, and he'll be back soon.
Right. So deepest guys back deep is going to be number 2, Hoover, and number 8, Trenton Hall. Here's Marcos' kick. Nice kick by Marcos there.
We've got flags on the field. We may have been offsides right there.
Man, Jake and Isaac, that ball just stopped dead right there at the inch-yard line, 1 yard line.
That could have been cool. I don't see any way this isn't an offside penalty, Zach.
Yeah.
Right there at the line.
So he's going to back us. We'll have to kick from our own 35. That's going to hurt a little.
Yeah, just a little antsy over on that right side. It looks like somebody bust through just a little early. Great kick, though, by Marcos right there. Do it again.
Marcos Major's kick here. And he's got another good kick. It's going to be fielded about the 14-yard line. Oh, sheds a tackle here and cuts over here to the left-hand side. Hoover does, and another tackle, spins, and luckily Mr. Garrick Barr, number 24, and Cody Elliott are 2 backup fullbacks.
Yeah, he was met initially. It looked like about the 25-yard line. Mm-hmm. We hit him, but we didn't wrap up.
Right.
Against a team like this, you've got to wrap up and make your tackles.
Yes.
Don't give them a second chance or a second opportunity. Unfortunately, they get one there. Be Wildcat ball, the Bearcat 49.
So, hey, so far, I've got some stats real quick. Your Cats, 18 plays for 122 yards. Harding's 14 plays for 109 yards. Hoover goes in motion over here, and incomplete. Pressure here by Barnes and Poole, looks like.
Yeah, Barnes and Poole bust through right there. He was lucky to get that pass off where he did, and it was a dangerous pass.
Yes, it was.
Threw it to looked like a back slipping out.
And he kind of fell down too. The back did, and
yeah, could have
easily been intercepted. Or
could have been. That's a break for the Wildcats right there. But a good job by Booneville up front to get through. Put a little pressure on Miller.
That's right. You got Chase Plumell over here, your defensive tackle on the left-hand side. Hicks, number 66, is your nose guard, and Johnny Barnes is your right defensive tackle for the Cats. McGarriard goes in motion. Miller rolls out here to his right. Got pressure from Plumell, and just over the head, and got a flag. Got 2 flags. What we got going on, Isaac?
I think he had 3 or 4 linemen down the field.
Oh, wow.
That's what I thought.
They don't like when you have 3 or 4 of them down the field.
No.
I mean, that's just what it looked like to me. Because you had the whole left side of the line was about 5 or 6 yards down the field.
And it
Oh,
looks
wow.
like that was what we called, I believe.
Yeah.
I think if I'm Doc, we may decline this penalty. I'm not sure what he'll do.
I would think that would bring up 3rd down for you.
Yeah, it looks
know?
like he declined it. 3rd and 10 here. Big opportunity for your Bearcats defense to make a big stop. Got a little momentum going on our last offensive possession.
Yes.
This could do a lot to keep it in Bearcat favor.
Yes, crowd's into it right now. You got 9:34 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Another big 3rd down for the defense. And honestly, I like how our defense has played so far.
I do too, and I think as long as we keep playing hard like this, no matter what the outcome's going to be, people are going to realize this Booneville Bearcat defense may be a problem down the road.
Right. And it's going to be a flea flicker here, and he's got all day to throw, and he's looking.
Oh, my goodness.
Darn. Little flea flicker, and that was caught by number 3. That is Coke. So it's 20-7 with 9:24.
That's a good job by Coke. He stutter-stepped a little bit when the initial pass wasn't there. Got the Bearcat defense on their heels a little bit.
Yep.
Slipped out the back once more. Made a good play. That'll be another touchdown for the Wildcats.
So that's going to bring on the 5-star kicker that's committed to Mississippi State, Ferry. The snap, the hold's good, and it is good. So with 9:24 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, Wildcats are up 21-7 over your Bearcats. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field, Don Elmore press box. And 21-7 Wildcats over the Bearcats.
It's my new great niece, or nephew, I mean.
Give a shout out real quick to Mom and Dad and Uncle Bob. Here's the kick. And hey, that's a little bit shorter again. 9 yards in.
Yeah, 8.5 now. Yeah. We're moving, put a little pressure on them.
Yeah.
No, and that's a situation right there. The Bearcats wish they could have that one back. Had them in good position. The initial coverage was fantastic.
It
really,
was.
he had nothing to do, nowhere to go. Slipped out the back, leads to another 7 for Harding. And right here is where Booneville needs to step up and make something happen to keep a little bit of momentum in our favor.
Right. As Dunn Daniel splits out to the right, Matson over here to the left. Hall goes in motion and got another pass attempt right here from PT. He's got under pressure, and boy, he's just going to be sacked all the way back to the 10, maybe 9-yard line. So that's a 10-yard loss. Definitely not what we needed right there.
No, that's the type of stuff that just will really, really hurt you. I mean, it's hard to make up 10.
It really is, and that's honestly, Jake, that's kind of been our story tonight. You know,
it has.
Dig ourselves in a hole, and then we'll do good, and we get ourselves out of it on
right,
like
but
second
we're
long, third long.
Not setting ourselves up for long-term success with the drive. Something that needs to change.
PT comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. Pitch over here to Trace. Cuts inside. Nice move by Trace. Oh, and number 5, Jake. If he hadn't stopped him, that's Rush.
That's Rush.
Boy, Hall was going down the sideline on that.
He was, yeah. He's got a lot of speed. He was one wrapped up foot away from busting that thing a long way.
So 3rd and 13 with 8:20 left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
There's 2 options here. You either play it safe and conservative and try to bust something on the ground, or you let it rip.
Yeah.
See what the Bearcats choose to do.
Hall goes in motion and hand off to Cody Elliott right up the middle. Cody. And
Go, Cody. Man,
Oh,
we're in
he's
this
close.
situation again.
Yes.
We're about a yard and a half short. Now we're
Yeah.
going to have to make another decision.
You go for it or you punt it. You might as well go for it. I don't see why not. You know?
I would think we will. We're in a situation. We're down 2 scores already.
Yeah.
We're at our home place. You got to feel like we can get 1 yard.
Oh, yeah. So it's 4th and 1, and I would think you try to do a hard count here. So you
Yeah,
can draw
do
them
a
off
hard
sides.
count. We've got 1 timeout left on the board. May use it here. I'm not sure.
We got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Goff goes in motion, and he's going to have the first down. He actually got 2-3 yards, probably about 3 yards, looks like Jake past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, hey, they call that a Jake Fennell play. You know
Jake
why?
Fennell, why's that?
There's nothing sexy about it.
Just,
But it was a good play.
that was a good play.
It's a great play up the middle by Dax, just to lower his shoulder and get something there. Gives the Bearcats a first down opportunity.
With 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. New set of downs here for the Cats. Ball's on the 33-yard line. Hall goes in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side, and
He didn't really have a lane anywhere. It didn't look like. He was just kind of dancing toward the sideline.
yeah.
Again, here we go. We're going backwards a little bit.
Yeah,
we
about
caught a
6
break
yards
last
loss.
time. Got a couple big runs. Need to do something right here.
Yeah.
Do something similar.
Do want to give a quick shout out to Frank Gill's brothers. You got Anthony and Vance, and can't forget our Miguel and little Leo. And hand off to Elliott there, and he gets maybe a yard or 2.
Yeah, Harding player comes out with the ball there. I believe they're going to call him down, though.
Number 18, Colton Smith. Brings up third down.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. So 3rd and long here. Cats have honestly done good on 3rd and longs tonight. So hopefully we'll get another one here.
Yeah, we've got to gain, I would say, at least 6 yards here before we think about
Got 2
maybe
receivers
run
to the
another
right.
play.
Pitch over here to Hall. Pitch to Dax. And
That's
that
not
went
going to work.
nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, and I would think you punt.
Yeah,
This is a punt
I mean,
situation
this
here
isn't
now.
gain 2 or 3. We're looking at having to gain 13. I'd
Yeah.
just punt this thing away.
You got
Try to keep it out of their hands here and
Yeah.
live to fight another day.
Yeah, because the last time we punted to him, had a good return. Looks like number 20 is going to go back deep now. That's Baker. And we got lucky last time. I had a couple of blindside blocks.
Yeah, we'll take another one here if possible.
Yeah.
But preferably we just kick this thing out of their hands and
Not even a rush by Harding.
hop easily right to them.
Yeah. Got a couple Bearcats over there.
Great
and
job
good
right
stop by Hicks. And who else is in there on the stop for you, Cats? That's number 56, Wingfield. Yeah, Dax kind of had almost all day to punt if he wanted to.
Yeah, they didn't send any pressure or anything. And the kick
Yeah.
bounced what I call a candy hop right
Yeah.
up to him. And Bearcats do a good job of wrapping up on that play.
So we'll see if the defense can come up with something big here. We've done fairly decent, honestly, getting some pressure on Miller.
Yeah, I mean the run game hasn't seen a lot of success for the Wildcats yet. A little bit of pressure here the last few pass attempts.
Yeah.
People getting in the backfield. Hopefully we continue to wear that front line down. But we've got to do something in the secondary to stop some of these bombs.
We do. We've got 3 receivers over here to the left, kind of a stack formation. A little receiver screen to McGillard over here on the left-hand side. He's going to have the first down, little stutter step again, and brought down by PT. So 4:34 left to go here in the second quarter.
First and 10, Wildcats at the
So it's a new set of downs for the Wildcats here.
halftime like I did last time. Me and Jake Kendall.
Give a shout out to Mr. David Goff watching.
Charleston has another touchdown on the board. The point after no good. They
trips over here to the right. I'm hand off to Griffins over here on the left-hand side. He's stopped by Dax Goff and Cody Elliott.
And again, the run game's just not showing up for the Wildcats right now. Every time they've made an attempt at it, we've been in the backfield or hitting them, meeting them right at the line or at the handoff. But now we're in a situation where you feel pretty confident you know a pass is coming.
Right.
And we've got to find some way to get a few stops here.
Stop it, interception. We've done here and there. We've done okay against the with coverage, but just they stop and then they go and got some pressure here by the Cats. Chase Plymell in there on the sack.
That's what I'm talking about, Zach.
Yes,
right
sir.
there. Big sack. That's 64 Chase Plymell. He's a big kid. He's 5'10", 250 pounds.
That's a big kid.
That's a big kid, but he's quick.
He is very quick. You wouldn't think it, but Chase is a very good athlete.
No, you look at him and you don't, not picking on him, but he doesn't look like what you think of when you think of speed.
Yeah.
But the kid's quick.
He is.
He's quick-footed, makes a lot of good plays. 3rd and way long.
3rd and 21. Ball's on the 42-yard line. We're going to have a timeout. Jake, that's going to be our final timeout of the half.
Yeah, and I think that's a good situation to use that timeout. Make sure you've got your defense set. Find a way to prevent them from getting this 21-yard pickup and hopefully get the ball back.
Hopefully so. 3rd and 21. Ball is on their 42-yard line, or our 42-yard line, excuse me. Mr. Joe Wickton, he says, go, Cats, go. Give a shout out to Mr. Brian Simpson. I got told today when I went in the maintenance shop, him and Hunter Townsend, I got told I better give them a shout out. So fellas, give you a shout out to Hunter and Autumn and the kids. And give a shout out to Lacey and Bryson and Amy and Brian. Also want to give a shout out to Mr. Brandon Scott. He says, go, Cats, go. So it's 3rd and 21, 3:25 left to go here until halftime. Trips to the left, 2 over here to the right. And Miller's rolling to his left. He's going to have to take it now. And
that's a good job by Booneville. That's a great job. That's what you want. You want them to have to tuck it and run a little bit. That means that your secondary, in coverage is doing a great job.
Right.
And right there, Booneville makes a good play. We'll see what they do. I believe
looks like they'll kick it here.
Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't. At least try it.
Right, that's going to be a 55-yard field goal.
And like we said earlier, in warm-ups, you've seen him kicking 60-yarders out here.
He was
so
kicking 60-yarders.
You know he's got the leg for it, but
he does.
Whether you're a high school kicker, a NFL kicker, 55 yards is a long way.
That's a long ways. Not many people can say they've done that.
So we'll see what happens here.
And almost blocked by Trace Hall, and that's going to –
That is good.
Wow.
That just barely snuck in.
Just barely.
I thought it was initially blocked.
I did.
In fact, it's hard to believe it wasn't. He was back there on it quick.
Very quick. Got to give Trace some credit there. That's a good stop. Or a good stop. Good attempt there to stop that kick.
Yeah, and that kick, I thought it was going to land just short.
I honestly thought it was short, yeah.
55 yards is a long way, but that kid, he's got the leg for it.
He's got the leg. He made a 56-yard one against Camden and Harmony Grove 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, and then he makes a 55-yarder right there.
And he's just going to keep getting better when he gets in a program where all he's doing is kicking. He's going to just keep getting better and better. Good luck to him down the road. But like I said, he needs to stop tonight.
Exactly. Against us or the Hogs.
Yeah. Cut that out tonight.
And looks like Dax Goff is going to be back deep. And number 15, that's going to be Shelton back deep for you Bearcats. You got Dunn Daniel over here on the left side closest to us. Dax and Shelton switch spots. Dax is the deepest man right now. Nice kick by Ferry. Hey, that's about 7 yards in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the Cats are going to take over on their own 20-yard line. 3:12 left to go. It's 24-7. And looking for a big play here by the Cats. The Cats have got to get into the end zone, carry some momentum into halftime.
Yeah, this feels like a situation where you almost have to get something on the board. You're risking going into the half down big. They will get the ball first. Harding will get the ball first to start the half. Need to make something happen to put a little dent in this. get in there in the field house and get a game plan for the second part.
Matson splits out to the right. Daniel over here to the left. Hall goes in motion, and it's going to be a keeper by PT. And about a 2-yard run there. And, hey, positive yards there.
Yeah, positive yards. Your playbook opens up when you're moving forward.
Right.
And, you know, when we're continuously backing up, whether it's a fumble, whether it's a false start, whatever it may be, if you're backing up, you have a limited amount of plays you can call. But as you go forward, your whole playbook comes into play.
You still kind of have it all open there at your
right.
disposal almost. Goff is your left halfback. Hall is your right halfback. Elliott is your fullback. PT comes under center as Goff goes in motion. Pitch over to the right-hand side by Dax. Little stutter step. Dax cuts back here to the middle of the field. He's going to have the first down, and he stopped.
I believe that was number
40.
8 on the tackle. That's
8. Trenton Hall.
Trenton Hall. That's right. Trenton Hall, 5'11" sophomore. That's a good tackle on his part, one-on-one with somebody that's quite a bit bigger than him.
Yeah, Dax is – where's my roster here? Hall goes in motion. He's going to head off to Elliott right up the middle. And Cody gets about 6 yards there on the carry.
Right. Now, here's the deal, Zach. We've got to move quick. We're under 2 minutes now at the 1:59 the 1:59 time.
And no timeouts.
And no timeouts. So we've got to get moving. We don't have an offense that's known for striking quick. We're kind of a beat it down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to get up on the ball and get ready to go.
Yeah, we're at 1:45 now left in the second quarter. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Hall goes in motion. He gets the pitch, and he's got pressure, and he's just tripped up.
Yeah.
And, hey, nice pancake block over here by Dunn Daniel.
That's Wyatt Simmons, the university's son. On the play right there. He's just coming through unblocked.
Yeah.
Bearcats have got to find some sort of block on that outside because that's multiple times that's happened.
It is.
And that's a loss. And now we're in a situation, 3rd and 8, probably going to have to.
You're going to either have to pass it or
break one.
Break one, yeah.
So this is a situation I can see is just kind of taking her time.
Yep.
May hand it off.
Goff goes in motion.
Yeah,
PT's going to keep it. And he's got maybe 4 yards there and got a timeout by the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a good timeout to stop the clock. But that was kind of what the Bearcats were trying to do.
Yeah.
You're 3rd and 8, and it becomes a situation where you're trying to burn as much clock as you can, force them to burn that timeout. Now they're, I believe, down to just 1 left.
They've got 1 timeout. It's 4th and 4. So, you know, Doc's got to be talking about, are we going to punt it or should we just go ahead and go for it here?
Yeah, and I think in this situation, you probably punt the ball.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking this whole time about you need to be aggressive. You need to, you know, you've got to roll the dice a little bit to make something happen. But 4th and 4, 50 seconds left. Let's say you don't get it. They've shown they can strike quick. We're giving them the ball on on our side.
Yeah.
If we don't, I think the smart play and what the book would probably say is to punt this thing away.
Yeah, and even if we do stop it, he can kick it from out there too.
Right. You know, I mean, they've just got to, you know, comfortably get 10 yards.
Yeah.
To give them to get 10 yards to give them a comfortable kick. So it looks like that's what we're going to do. We're just going to punt it away. We'll see if Harding sends any pressure this time. Last time they didn't.
They didn't. You know, and I would think if you're Dax, you know, if I was coach, hey, if they don't rush, take your time.
Yeah, take your time, survey the field if you've got an opportunity.
And see, that's what he's going to do. And decent punt there by Dax. Takes a Bearcat roll.
Get back there.
Oh,
get back there and
fellas.
stop it.
Cameron Osborne's going to down it right at the 5-yard line. Nice punt by Dax.
Yeah, and we're seeing some improvement. Last time we were here 2 weeks ago, we were in a situation where our normal punter, Rylan Ray, he messes his knee up.
Yep.
Dax is kind of thrown in there last second without any practice.
Exactly.
And our punt game wasn't great last week. Right. And you can see couple more weeks, few more practices in,
and he's gotten
much
better.
Improved.
Yeah.
Much improved tonight. That was a great job by Dax.
Because Dax is normally our long snapper.
Right. And this is just, we've had to mix everything up and do everything a little bit different.
We really have.
Than what our original plan was coming into the season.
Yeah, you got 4 guys down, you know, 2-way starters out.
Right.
That hurts a little, and you move guys around. But honestly, like we've talked about, the next, you know, guy up mentality, and they've done good and they've looked good.
Yeah, they have. I agree.
And a little quick pass over here to McGarland, number 88, on the sideline. And Trace Hall knocks him out.
Got out of bounds, so that will stop the clock at the 34-second mark.
So, I mean, it's a new set of downs. They do have one timeout left. And you can see probably the 2-minute offense, you know, no huddle type stuff going.
The Bearcat game plan here is to keep the receivers in front and keep them inside the hash marks or inside the play of field to force them to burn that timeout.
You got quads to the left over there. Pressure by the Bearcats. He's going to have to take off with it now. And he slides. He's going to be.
He's got about a yard past the line to gain there. So that will stop the clock, but without a timeout, when the chains are set, it will start back up.
We got 24 seconds, so that took 10 seconds off the clock. And
Booneville's got to be ready. Got to be ready for a pass play.
Too many guys on the field. Mr. Barnes wasn't able to get off the field just in time. They spiked it.
Was he out of the shotgun when he spiked that?
That would be an incomplete pass. He
right,
was.
That would be.
So that'd be
that's
a loss
what I
of downs.
saw.
That's what happened there. So
oh, they call a
illegal substitution.
Was that not out of the shotgun? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he got back there quick.
He was out of the shotgun.
And you've got to be under center, I believe, to
blew
spot.
It dead?
Yeah, they blew it dead, so that play didn't count.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, I got you. That's right. Well, darn.
I'm
not wrong, but I'm not right.
Right.
But that whole situation does burn a little clock. We're at 18 seconds. They've still got that timeout. And like I was saying, Booneville's got to be ready for something pushed deep down the field right here.
Yeah. You got two receivers to either side.
Now they spiked the ball again because that last play didn't count.
So that should bring up second down. So we'll see. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering what the coach is planning over there for the Wildcats, you know. Or maybe he's trying to get it up there to try a field goal or maybe a long pass. And Miller throwing over here to the sideline is honestly kind of what they're wanting. He goes out about the 44, 43-yard line.
Yeah, and I know they pick up the first down, but that's not necessarily a loss for the Bearcats right there. It was a short pass. It doesn't move them anywhere too deep. Knocks about 4 or 5 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, you got 14 seconds.
And now you're in a situation you know they're going to take a shot, or you would think they would take a shot. We've got to be prepared for it.
Right. And you got some pressure from the Cats over here by Dunn Daniel. And Cody Elliott kind of gives him a little push right before he goes out.
Right, great coverage. Nothing to see there for Harding, and brings us down to 7 seconds left. And I'm not so sure what the game plan here was for Harding.
I don't know. Well, I saw the kicker, Ferry. He was running up here like he was ready to kick it. So,
yeah,
that'd be, man.
He's not kicking from there.
No. I mean, he's got a good leg, don't get me wrong, but that's going to be a 64-yard field goal.
That's a nearly NFL record.
Yeah.
67, I believe.
A little quick curl right over here, and he drops it.
Just
incomplete. Big play, big break for the defense. 4 seconds, Jake, left
4 seconds
until
on
halftime.
The clock. And they're not going to have time to set anything up. I assume what they were doing there, they were trying to get something quick, get it up the sideline, step out with a second left, and then bring your kicker in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, fortunate for us, they dropped it, and now they're in a situation with 4 seconds. They're probably just going to take a shot.
And you might see some Miami Duke stuff with back laterals.
You could, yeah. I was getting ready to say they'll probably take a timeout here, and they did to kind of figure out what they want to do. Big play coming up for Booneville.
Very big play. As they take a timeout and take a break to talk about it, we'll take a little break ourselves. 24-7, Cats are down by the Wildcats. Take a break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. We're just up here discussing a little stuff here and there. You got trips over here to the right. Number 88,
You can see Booneville's kind of in their safety defense here. They've got
Yeah.
Dax all the way inside the 15-yard line.
And
They're
it's
just
going to be handoff to Miller. That's his, or not Miller, Griffins. And that's his best run of the night. But granted, it wasn't guys within 20 yards.
Right.
So that's going to be the final play of the first half. So your halftime score, your Harding Academy Wildcats 24, your Booneville Bearcats 7. We'll take a little break. We'll let you enjoy your halftime show. And we'll come back, give you some stats after the show. And get the train horn going. For Jake Fennell and Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat Football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Here is your award-winning Booneville Bearcat Marching Band. I will be quiet, and I will let you enjoy your Bearcat band. Can nobody say that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Booneville High School is proud to present the 2022 Booneville Bearcat Marching Band. Tonight the band will be performing the first two selections of their contest show of Steel and Stone. Movement 1, In the Stone, and Movement 2, The Gauntlet. Drum Major Ian Shackelford, is your band ready? You may take the field for halftime entertainment. drum major, Ian Shackelford. Color guard sponsor is Tina Wilson. The band's next performance will be September 23rd in Hackett, where the Bearcats will take on the Hackett Hornets. Enjoy the rest of the game and go Bearcats!
We are back here at Bearcat Stadium for Jake Fennell and Isaac Brown. I am Zach Austin. That was your Booneville award-winning Booneville Bearcat marching band. And let's see here. Give you a couple scores real quick first.
We're back here at Bearcat Stadium during halftime.
At halftime, Nashville is up 21-12 over Charleston. Mansfield is up 20-7 over Waldron in the second quarter. And Jessieville is up 26-0 over Atkins. And definitely need to be in a lot of prayers for the Jessieville community. Isaac had about 4 boys being in a wreck and lost their quarterback last week, but definitely need to be in prayers for them, as about 3 of them was in the hospital. And
yeah, it's never too good when that happens for anybody, really.
So definitely hope and pray that those boys get better. Newport is up 16-8 over Truman at halftime. And Fordyce is up 7-0 over Glen Rose at halftime. And then Prescott's up 49-13 at halftime over Hope. And Clarendon and Hector are playing. Danville, canceled the rest of their season. It was kind of surprising, maybe not to some people, but, to me.
Yeah.
Was able to go down and watch them in magazine last week, since my nephew, give a shout out to Brock, is in the magazine band. And, they had maybe 15 or so guys on the sideline. Magazine had 17 or so, 18.
From what I saw in the news, said they had like 17 players and 4 of them got hurt.
Yep.
And they didn't want people who had never played a particular position to play that position. So you don't really want a wide receiver playing on the line.
No.
Unless you just absolutely have to.
No, especially in 3A, which you're not going to get a lot of teams in 3A that's just super big, but you still have them.
Yep.
Even if you was in 2A, you're still going to have a couple teams in 2A. But, yeah, it's just not a good idea. Honestly, you got a guy that's 6'2", $150, $160 playing, guard or tackle. Now, back in the day, you hear all the old timers. No, I played back in the day. I was $150, $160, and I was starting guard. But
everybody was that size, though.
Everybody was that size, pretty much. Yes, there's a couple guys a little bit bigger. Now I'm gonna get a hard time from the old timers, and probably JD Jones. Give a shout out to him. Hey, if y'all do need anything welded or made, fabricated, stuff like that, hook JD Jones up. Pop and Pup, as it's called, him and his son Jason. We got a little shop there at the house, so they do a good job. Weld horseshoe racks and stuff, and look pretty good. Make you a table or anything, so just look those guys up. And I hope I said that all right, JD. Nah, got to give JD a hard time since he retired from Rockline, and so hadn't been able to see him lately, but you got to have a little fun. And so we'll do some stats real quick. Isaac's got it topped up here.
I have a few of them.
Few of them anyways, not all of them. So here you have halftime stats for Booneville and Harding. Total yards of offense, Booneville Bearcats has 156 yards. 140 of that is on the ground. 16 of that is through the air. You know, Isaac started the game out a little different.
Yeah.
Passing. We've actually done that the last 2 games.
Yep, just give them something a little bit different, especially on film. People later down the line, give them something else to practice, look at.
Right. And we've got 1 touchdown, big old long run. And that's – the Cats have done good, but we've also shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah,
you know.
there have been some crucial penalties that have been against us behind the chains, which our offense is hard to capitalize on. 1st and 15, 1st and 20.
Right.
Being a running team. But
so for your Harding Academy Wildcats, they have 233 total yards of offense. 37 of that is on the ground. Big chunk of that just came on the last play.
Yeah, almost all of it did.
Yeah. And then the passing yards, they got 196 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and then Ferry kicked a 55, 56-yard field goal. That gives us the score of 24-7 Wildcats over the Bearcats. Honestly, I'm kind of pleased with how the game's going. You know, the Cats have looked good at times, and Harding, well, they're Harding. They're doing a good job passing, and we've honestly, Isaac, done a good job covering the ball.
Yep, just a few big chunk plays have hurt us.
Yeah, and you know, they'll stop and they'll start a step or something, and then they go around and they're open.
Well, and some of those, the quarterback, the pocket breaks down, he starts to scramble, and your coverage breaks down because people get behind and they're not able to see them all.
Right.
And then they throw it over the head and catch it. So, I mean, it's hard to defend against that.
It is, and you got to give credit to the guys out there, especially, you know, you got, 2-3 sophomores in the secondary. So they got to give a shout-out to those guys stepping up, you know, with the injuries we've had. And give credit to the coaching staff, you know, throwing the guys up there, getting them ready in practice to be game ready.
Yep. Well,
you know.
They've had 1 extra week to prepare for Harding. And
yeah.
I think it shows a little bit because playoffs, you have 4 days basically to get ready for them, and it's pretty difficult to do that.
It is, and you know, it's like I said at the start of the game, a lot of people was like, there's no point, you know, not everybody, but I know some people was like, Booneville's going to get wiped the floor by Harding. And, you know, there's nothing to come of it. But, you know, if you're going to be the best, you got to play the best. And Harding is one of the best in 3A, 4A, and I would argue 5A. You know, they could hang with some of those guys up there. And, you know, the Cats have done all right. They've done fine at times. And
just they're getting behind
the ball.
Yep, getting behind the sticks. It's, like I said before, it's hard to overcome that when you're a 3 yards and kind of dust team.
Yeah.
Which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But it is hard to overcome that.
Yeah.
Just one of those things.
And got about 2:53 left to go here, and left in halftime before we get started on the third quarter. And yeah, I'll have to ask Uncle Dale that, Joe.
Yeah,
Joe,
we're already getting talked to.
Mr. Joe Wickton, he said, "Oh, I was bigger than that in 5th grade."
Said some people, Joe. Not everybody.
You got to give a shout out to Joe and the family up there, and hopefully it's not just too cold yet up there in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I went up there a few weeks ago, and it was a whole lot better up there than it was down here.
Right. Let's see here. I tell you what, Isaac, we can take this time to thank the sponsors for that. Do the app, sponsor the app, and the website, BoonevilleBearcats.com. Start off, we're going to thank our exclusive broadcast advisor. That's First Western Bank. They have over 110 years of serving in our community here. Some of our premier sponsors, 5B Properties and B Plus Rentals. You can see Calvin Bennett for your rental needs. And then Community National Bank. Let Mr. Brett Cook and the staff take care of your banking needs. And then we got some of our other sponsors here. We got tongue-tied here. Isaac, take the wheel here.
Shelter Insurance and Agent Gerald Baker. And we also have S&W Home Center for all your hardware needs. The city of Booneville, a good hometown, along with Patriot Underground and Taylor Neidert. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I did not. First Booneville, home of First Booneville students and First Booneville kids. And Stacy Holbert Photo Art.
And it goes on to say, we appreciate all you do for our students and athletes. Again, those are our sponsors that sponsor BoonevilleBearcats.com and the Booneville and the app. You can download it on your iTunes, Google Store. I got it right that time.
Well,
did I or no?
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm an Android dude, so.
Regardless, you can download it wherever you download your apps.
Yeah. But all those people sponsoring everything from there goes back to the kids and back to the athletic program. So thank you for that. I will say, don't forget also to subscribe to our page, Booneville Bearcats Booneville Bearcats Sports on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe or like our videos and stuff.
Yeah, if you subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications. That way you know when we go live.
Right. And kind of get on my soapbox, I guess, again, but it just really does. It kind of grinds my gizzard, so to speak. If you see stuff like on Facebook and stuff, different
Twitter.
people, weird names or what have you,
Yeah, names that are very close to prominent sports people, networks, but have very subtle misspellings.
Yes. It's even on Twitter too. Don't click on those. Don't go to those. Just block it, delete it if you can. The only place you can watch. Go to BoonevilleBearcats.com, download the app, or Booneville Bearcats Sports on YouTube. So go to one of those places, and don't go to that other stuff. So there, I'll hop off my soapbox there, but that just really irks me. Here, I got you. Trade headsets here with Jake. Got it all nice and
it's warm.
Sweaty. Yeah. little stuff. He's not as bad as it was at the start of the game. Got 2:16 left to go here until halftime is over. I'll run through the scores real quick. Again. Let the phone refresh here. Little Rock Parkview and North Little Rock are tied 13-13 at halftime. And let's see here. Little Rock Christian is up 28-0 over Russellville at halftime. Hey, last week our junior high team went down to Russellville and won. What was the score? I just went blank. Darn it. Jake, you remember?
I can't remember what the score was, but I remember it was lopsided.
It was like 28 or 30-something to 6.
Yeah, I was thinking 28-7 in my head, so it might have been 28-6, 26-8, somewhere in there. But either way, just wore them out a little bit, played physical Bearcat football. You're seeing it at this young age, and that's what you need to see coming from your 7th grade and your junior high teams for down the road.
Right. They did pretty good. Connor Lentz had a good showing for the junior Cats.
Yeah, he's an athletic kid.
Very athletic.
Freshman. Mm-hmm. Potentially, I don't want to say he's got a chance next year to probably come up and be the backup.
Yeah.
And get some valuable learning experience down the road. And then he'll have roles on special teams and maybe a receiver role as well.
Right. Yeah. There's a couple guys, freshmen. They're pretty good. Hunter Warren's another one.
Yep. Hunter Warren. He's a big kid, physical kid. Runs hard.
That's pretty good. I know you've got Bradford's on the line. Then you also have Wilson up there on the line as well. A couple other guys. I know I started naming names and I shouldn't have. I'm going to leave a couple guys out. But the freshman class, I feel like, is kind of loaded with athletes.
They've got a lot of athletes. I'm actually a 9th grade teacher, and I see these kids every day, and they've got a little ornery streak in them.
Yeah, yes,
which is good. They're not bad kids. But they like to see just how far you can go. They're a typical 9th grader, but they're a lot of good kids. Another one that's going to step up big is Rhett Neidert.
Yes,
he's got an opportunity quarterback as well. To come in and have an opportunity to compete for snaps somewhere on the field,
right.
next year.
Yeah, and I would think Dromer as well could have an opportunity.
Yeah, Dromer.
Special teams or even back up at halfback.
Yeah, and you know, when you come in your sophomore year, it's hard to find your little slot to slide into a lot of times, unless you're just a big, you know, quick, hard-running guy. It's hard to find that, especially around here where you see so much improvement from the younger class once they get to high school, or at least that's how we've seen in past years. So, but again, that's a really athletic group. I'm excited to see the future of the program because, again, we tend to get the best out of kids around here.
We do, and I can remember when they was at the Boys and Girls Club. I do want to give a shout out to all the Boys and Girls Club kids. Last Thursday, I'd actually started working again, but last Thursday was my last day at the Boys and Girls Club.
Gotcha.
So kind of missed that in the kids and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
we both worked there.
We both worked there together in college.
For
so
a long time ago.
That's been a little bit, but yeah, I started working there again. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago when the freshmen was actually sixth graders, so they were a little ornery then too.
Yeah, well, that's what you need on the football field. I think I said it last week. You need every kind of kid to make a team.
You do,
know, and you need your ornery kids, you need your saints, you need your everything, and
they just kind of bring everything together.
Right, and I think we've got a good group coming up.
And we do, and that's going to bring on Marcos Major to do the kicking. And give a shout out to Marcos' mom and dad watching all the way back in Spain. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They get up and watch him every
awesome.
Friday.
That's awesome, man.
Nice kick by Marcos. High kick. He fielded at the 6-yard line by Hoover. And let's see if we can wrap him up here. And sheds the tackle of Lofton, and another sophomore right there, Washburn on the stop.
Yeah, that's Jace Washburn, number 11, sophomore. That's a good little return there for the Wildcats.
It is.
38-yard line's a good spot to start for them. Bearcat defense, if we're going to have a chance in this game, needs to start stepping up right now.
Right now, we need a big play by the Cats defense here. We got big old Matt Obar coming in on defense for the Cats. Looks like your linebackers is going to be Dax Goff and Dunn Daniel at your middle linebackers. 2 outside linebackers is Cody Elliott on the far side, and Damari Poole over here closest to us, number 14. And, tartar sauce.
That's a little antsy there, and you know, we were talking, they've got to make a big play. They know they've got to make a big play. They know they've got to step up.
Yeah.
Got a little ahead of themselves there, gave them 5. That's okay. Make a stop here, make something happen.
You got trips to the left over there, Jake. Stacked formation, and Miller going to keep it on the left-hand side. And good chase by Mel on the stop. I'm sorry, Dax Goff.
Dax Goff, yeah, that's a good wrap-up tackle right there. Shed a blocker to get to it. Gain of, I don't know, what was that, a gain of 8 yards, something like that. First down due to the penalty.
So it's ball's on the 48-yard line, their own 48, that is. You got trips to the right, 1 to the left over there. A little screen pass over here to number 2, that's Hoover. And PT on the stop. Open field tackle kind of there. Got a flag.
Gain of 5, got a flag coming in.
Let's see.
I don't know.
I was kind of watching PT tackle the guy. I kind of missed it. Isaac, did you see anything? Or
didn't see. It looked like there was a little bit of mouthing going on. I don't.
Sideline warning.
I'm not sure what happened there. Doc Crowley doesn't know what happened there either. He's getting an explanation.
So anyways, sideline warning. So the next one will result in a penalty. So it's 2nd and 5. And Miller's rolling out to the left. And screen pass over there. And he's going to step out about the 28-yard line.
Yep, that's Kyler Hoover once again, leading receiver for the Harding Academy Wildcats. Come into this game with over 264 yards on 18 receptions. That would be, what is that, 132 yards per game up to that point, and he's tacked to that tonight. Ball is snapped back behind him.
He's just going to go down.
There you go, just forced him down. Caught a break there, and that's the kind of stuff that
we need.
You need. I mean, let's face it, you're down big right now. You need little things like that to go your way. That's a good start.
So it's 2nd and 19 from the 39-yard line. Trips to the left. And Miller's looking. He's got some pressure. And Damari Poole's going to approach him. Spin move, but Dax Goff is going to hold on to him. And I don't know how that's not going to be a blindside block there.
Yeah, that looks like a block in the back. I'm not sure what the call's nothing, but I don't know if it was unseen or.
Doc wanted that, and a couple of other coaches did too.
Yeah, and
so,
things are
kind of chippy. Yeah.
Getting a little chippy down there on the side. Hopefully reel that in.
3rd and 9. Miller's looking. He's got some pressure here. Steps up in the pocket, kind of rolling. Got some pressure here from number 5. That's done. Daniel, and just steps out of his and popped there by Damari Poole, and they're going to throw a flag there.
That's going to be a
got a little mouthing
out of
going on over
bounds.
here.
Mouthing. Number 77 for Harding's pulling.
And I don't know how they got more jawing going on from the Harding Academy Wildcats. Which I'd be a little aggravated too. You hit my quarterback.
Yeah, you hit him hard. I don't know what the intent was there. You know, he's right on the sideline, steps out, and he gets hit. Harding's coach is out on the field though, handling his players. He's got a little chippy.
And it looks like he's going to throw his halfback out. He kind of come in late over there. Almost stirred it back up again.
Yeah, that's number 4.
That's Griffins.
Griffins. I don't have him on my roster for whatever reason.
He's right here on the backside of my roster. Okay. I don't have a number, but
yeah, and that's a. I don't know if that was the coach's decision to yank him out or if the official asked him to.
No, he came all the way across, pointed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he wanted him out of there.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a good call when things are.
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying, I don't know what the intent is there.
I don't.
It's right on the side. He put a good lick on him. I understand the frustration.
Yeah.
We would be the same on a play like that. But the emotions have got to stay in check for both sides, not just Harding, but for Booneville as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They, offset the penalties. They gave us one each. So.
And that's probably another big reason the coach is upset.
Right. And
took a big play and took it away. And now, again, you're setting 3rd down.
So the penalty should just be from a ball. I mean, it should be right there, correct, Isaac? It should, I would think.
Yeah, if it was a dead ball foul.
It was a dead ball, so it should be first, correct?
Yeah.
So it'll be a first down, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wherever he ended up.
Yes, because it came in dead ball. That's correct.
So, hey, we was talking about, John and everything. You got to give Hoover some respect here. He comes over to Damari Poole, shakes his hands like, okay, man, hey.
Yeah, let's clean it up right now. Let's shake it off and keep playing ball.
So, you got to give props to Damari and Hoover there.
Yeah, and again, I don't think there was any ill intent toward it.
I don't think so.
I understand the aggression.
Yeah.
Right. You want to any team you want them to defend your guys and be together in any sport. So no hard feelings there. We'll be 1st and 10 for Harding.
Right, so 10:02 left to go here in the 3rd. Ball's on the 23-yard line of the Bearcats. So you got 2 receivers. They are in tight, and a little kind of a reverse over here, and
just ran into the back of his own guy right there.
Chase Palmel kind of pushed him from the back too.
It was Kyler Hoover on the carry. Just didn't really have a lot of room to run. Gained maybe a yard.
Yeah, maybe a yard. It looks like they gave him a yard there, Jake. It's 2nd and 9. 9:35 left to go here. Trips to the left, went over here to the right, and almost the same play. Receiver screen, though, this time, and
good job
Jace
there.
Washburn,
Yeah,
sophomore.
Jace.
We was talking about the freshman a while ago. These sophomores we got out on the field right now, they're doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, they are, and that's what we were saying earlier. You got these groups, they develop well. Junior high head coach is Whit Overton. Big assistant coach on the Bearcats staff. He does a great job with them in the junior high, getting them prepared.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down play right here for the defense. And it's going to be hand off to Griffins up the middle. He's met by Dax Goff, and
he's going to be short.
Who was that back there trying to hold Griffin's back?
Was that Plymel?
Was that Plymel, or was that that's Matt Obar?
Matt Obar, Big Obar.
Big Obar.
They call him Big Country.
Big Country. I like it. I like that.
Another good kid, and that was a good job of getting hold of him and holding on tight until the help got there. And now you're in a situation, what do? Looks like they're going to line up to go for it.
You know, 4th and 1, I'd suspect just QB draw or handoff to Griffins right here. And that's what it's going to be. See if we can stop him.
Oh, boy, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. He may have got that.
That second effort
that
lunge may have,
right there,
and they do. They're going to give it to him. That was a good job by the defense. That second effort's what got it for him. Tough break for the Bearcats. 1st and 10 from the 13.
So you got 2 receivers. They're doing that little stack formation again. Griffins will be offset to the right of Miller, and he's going to get the ball. Goes to the left. Gets maybe a yard or 2 there. Coming into tonight's game, Griffin had 168 yards on the ground on 40 carries and 4 TDs.
Yeah, it's averaging about 4 yards a carry, and it's about what he's had tonight, really. He hadn't had a lot of room to run.
No.
He did break off the one big run at the end of the half when we were in prevent defense there, so that will
that'll add to the stats
yeah,
there.
That'll make the stats look a little bit higher than they were.
You got quads over here to the right, and it's going to be a QB draw right up the middle, and he's going to be in. So that's going to be a touchdown with 7:23 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Wildcats are going to go up 30-7. So that's going to bring on Ferry to do the kicking. Maybe we can get back there and block it. We've got close a time or 2.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We've been in the backfield.
So bring that extra guy to the right. You can push that guy off the end there.
Just back him kind of right up.
See right there where he opened up. So tight end went way out and left a gap there. If you bring another guy in there, should be able to block it.
His kick, I think it landed in the front of my classroom door over there in the school. Big leg.
Big leg.
I know we've said that 100 times now, but it is impressive.
I really just am in awe. You know,
you don't see a lot of those. A lot of kids like that, not around here. So it's neat to see.
Especially in smaller ball. I say smaller ball. You know, your lower classes. You know, yes, they move up to 4A, but you know, 4A in a way to me is still considered kind of small.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know. It's impressive.
It really
I'm ready
is.
for him to be done with it for the night, but you know, and here we are in a situation 31-7.
Yeah.
If Booneville's going to have any sort of chance to squeak this thing out,
you got to do something here.
You got to score and score quick.
Yeah. Jake, looks like we got some different guys back deep. Shelton's going to be a guy in the middle. The far side, that's going to be Garrick Barr, number 24. Dunn Daniels closest to us on the left-hand side back deep. Looks like the ball fell off the tee. A couple other guys. Your guys up front here, number 70, that's going to be Cameron Osborne. 75, that's Lance Sims. Number 56, that's going to be Wingfield. 21, that's Jake's guy. That's Mr. Dylan Todd. And number 57, that's Crosby. You got 11, and, hey, that's one about 5 yards deep. But you had number 11 out there. That's Washburn, and number 4, Lofton and Washburn out there. So the Cats going to have the ball for the first time tonight, and we'll see what some adjustments we made at halftime. Maybe you see a little bit more carries with Cody. Cody, you know, that's been there here and there.
It has.
You know,
and we've moved the ball a little bit. It's been shooting ourselves in the foot with false starts and penalties like that. But you know, the lanes have been there tonight. Hopefully, we'll continue to see some.
So Daniel splits out to the right. Matson over here on the left. Goff goes in motion for the Bearcats. And looks like PT on the keeper. PT up the middle, a little stiff arm kind of there, and he's going to have the first down.
Yeah, that's a great run right there by
PT. Good read.
Yes, great read. Broke a couple of would-be tacklers. Pick up the first down for the Bearcats. Looks like it's going to be about the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
You got about 7:10 left to go here in the third. Looks like it's going to be same formation for you Bearcats. PT's going to be your quarterback. That's number 12. And Dax Goff is your left halfback. 34. Your right halfback is Trace Hall, number 7. And your fullback is Cody Elliott. And PT on the keeper there and kept it, but he's met right there, Jake. That's number 10, I believe. Simmons.
White Simmons on the tackle, yeah. Nowhere to go right there. He pulled it. I don't know if he had an option to not pull it. It looked kind of blown up from the start.
Yeah, he was just kind of right there. And really didn't have an option, I guess, like you said, to give it. And if he pitched it, Simmons was there. He
Right.
was there.
He does get back to the line. Sometimes your best thing you can do is hold on to the ball, get down, and move on.
Everybody is kind of in tight for your Cats, and it's going to be a pitch. Ball comes out. Ball still on the ground. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to get it. And Dax has had a couple problems with that tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just not looking it in or getting hold of it tight or what it is, but hopefully this is a one-game issue and we get that cleaned up heading into conference play.
Hopefully so, but that's going to be our third turnover if you count the turnover on downs.
Yeah.
Team like this, you just really can't do that. And I know the guys know that, and we're not saying anything you don't already know or anything. But
right. Well, and even in a big deficit like this, it can be a learning experience.
Right.
See when you get to look at film what you've done wrong, what you could have done different, make adjustments heading into the important games.
Looks like Griffin's, Jake, sorry,
interrupt.
Yeah, thank you. Griffin's in at quarterback now, and he's going to keep it. And good pop there by Dax. Dax is kind of, all right, yes, I messed up, but hey, I'm going to make up for it here.
You're right. Yeah, it's a good pop. And we've got a couple flags on the field. I believe the penalty is going to be on number 77 for Harding.
77.
I don't have him on my roster. He's one of them with no number on the bottom.
He's probably one of those one-stoners at the bottom, Jake. You're right. Big break there, though, for the Cats defense. And like I said, good job there by Dax, making up, and laying the lick.
Yeah, put a good pop. And that penalty occurred in the backfield, so it's back a little bit. 1st and 20 now at this point.
Yeah, ball's on 46-yard line of the Bearcats, that is. 5:57 left to go here, and it's going to be a quick pass over here to Hoover. And, oh, man, I don't know how he got out of that.
Yeah, just not wrapping up on our tackles. We're hitting hard, putting a shoulder into them, but not getting a hold of them and dragging them down with us.
That was Damari Poole on the stop with the Bearcats. Got trips to the left, one over here to the right. Wildcats going kind of in a hurry. Hand off to Griffins, and he is met by Matt Obar.
Just nothing doing for Griffin really tonight. That's a gain of a yard, half a yard there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 situation. Big opportunity for Booneville here to get a stop and make Harding think about it.
That's right. 5:15 left to go here in the third. And it's going to be hand off to Griffins again. And he's going to have the first down there, Jake.
Yeah, gained 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Didn't have a lot of room to work, but he didn't need much.
Right. So 5 minutes left to go here in the third. And Harding slowed it down just a little. It's going quick there for a little bit. And they're running the ball a little bit more right now. And having a little success with it.
Yeah, just a little, and they're eating the clock out.
They've
got the big lead. No sense in putting yourself in opportunities where something could go wrong or negative for them. So they will probably continue to do a lot of this, eat the clock out. Booneville needs to get a stop and get it quick.
Right. Johnny Barnes and Mr. Matt Obar in there on the stop. You got to shout out to Mr. Matt Obar. He rotates in some on defense, but he, primarily your guard on offense. But Matt, or Country.
Big Country.
Big Country, yeah, as they call him at school, having himself a pretty good job on defense tonight. He got a flag and a little screen pass over here to McGarland, and Trace Hall luckily able to force him to step out.
Yeah, I think that's going to come back. Illegal shift, I think.
So that's going to back him up, and we'll replay the second down.
Had 2 guys in motion there. It looked like a little mix-up on the play call.
So you got 2 receivers to either side. Miller's your quarterback. Cats was able to kind of get back there. Looks like Lance Sims is your nose guard right now. I think Cameron Osborne is down at your left defensive tackle. Got pressure coming from Wingfield over here, and he's just going to, Miller's just going to slide.
Yeah, it's a good job on the coverage by our Bearcats secondary. Quarterback has to keep it. Chooses to go down and slide. Probably a smart decision because he's about to get hit. Save a
good lick.
Save a good lick.
Yeah.
Potentially, and keep going. We're 3rd and 11. We've been in this situation before, Zach, and we haven't had a lot of luck stopping it. Big opportunity here.
Maybe we can get a little stop here. You got quads over here to the right. And going to have a little reverse here. Fake reverse. I'm sorry. And what a stop. Lance Sims.
Big Sims. That was good. He got a handful of jersey there. He just yanked him down.
Didn't let go.
And that's going to be a loss of yards, which will bring out the field goal team. We'll get another look at their kicker here with the potential chance to block it.
That's going to be about a, what is that, Isaac, 42-yarder? 2:52 left to go here in the third. And hopefully we can get in here and block this. That would be sweet.
They're going to have to move quick. 6 seconds left. They got it off.
Oh, no. Well, we had tried to block it, but got roughened the kicker. So not that Ferry needs any help kicking it out of the end zone. So they'll be kicking about the 45, 50-yard line. But they may, like Chuck said, decline it. Well, they could.
Harding jogged off the field there.
So they could get a first down if they choose to. I would think.
What they choose to do here. It looks like they're just choosing to keep the points. You've got your what do you have? You're running into the kicker and you're roughing the kicker.
Yeah,
two different penalties.
So that was running the kicker.
Yeah,
so
that's a
5-yard one.
Right. So they'll decline that, take the 3 points, and improve that score to 34-7.
Give a shout out to Gary Simpson and Misty Simpson, as well as his parents, Junior and Missy.
Mercy,
sorry. Ha. I've been asking Jake to make sure I had it right, and I still messed up, so I'm sorry.
Got another shout out to give on my phone. Booneville great Kelly Carlin, quarterback on the 08 Booneville Bearcat team.
Oh, Kelly, OQB.
Kelly texted me and said, Coach Fennell, I like the way your voice sounds on the air. Could you give me a shout out? Yes, sir, Kelly, I'll give you one. Go Cats.
Ferry kicks the ball, and that one's out of the end zone. That was 10 yards past the end zone.
Ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Booneville.
So it's 34-7. 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. And we'll just see what we can cook up here, fellas.
Yeah, this is a situation where you're just trying to find some sort of positive moment to come out of this.
Right.
And hopefully we get a little momentum going, push one across.
Hall goes in motion and got a pass attempt, got some pressure.
That's a good job by PT to get that pass away.
Avoids the sack there, so give PT credit there, getting it away, getting tackled at the same time. There's no way I could do that, so that takes some talent.
Got another 2 shout-outs on my phone coming in. Number 1 to Jacob Gregory, former Bearcat player. He says, Go Cats. Also want to give a shout-out to Kristen Fennell, Aria, and Auburn Fennell. Thanks for listening. They say Go Cats.
Go Cats there from the Fennell family as PT on the keeper there. Positive yards there for the Cats.
Yeah, that's a good job. Again, nothing special about it, nothing pretty, but lowering your shoulder, giving yourself a few yards and giving you a couple more options going into this next play call.
So it's 3rd and 6, 2:09 left to go here in the third quarter, Jake. And Cats kind of hurrying a little to the line, and he can snap the ball. Oh, I wish we would have, because we could have got guy wasn't off the field in time. What we got? What's?
I don't see any flags. They're going to step off 5 against Harding. They must have had 12 in
They called an offsides penalty.
Okay.
I didn't see who it was or where the flag was, but they did call it. We'll take the 5, and that gets you a big advantage. Third and 1 now.
Hall goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Elliott up the middle. Cody gets over here to the sideline, up over to the 50, throws the arm up, and he's going to be tackled about the 40-yard line.
Got a flag coming in late. That may be a horse collar
yes,
call.
Sir.
I'm not so sure it was a horse collar, but if they'll call it, we'll take it.
We'll take it, or maybe a face mask.
It was close.
It
I
was.
couldn't quite tell.
It was close to that area. You don't hardly see those called anymore.
No,
really.
they're hard to see, especially when you get up on the sideline. And that official throwing it from that area of the field may have got a better look at it than the other one did. They've got a face mask penalty. Okay, I didn't see the face mask either. But either way, we'll take it. That'll be an additional, was that 15 tacked on?
Is that 15, Isaac?
15 tacked on. And Booneville's got something, like you said, Zach, something cooking now.
Yeah.
Need to take advantage of this.
We really do. We've got 1:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Cody Elliott looked good on that run. Let's see if we can give it to him again. Jumps over the pile there. He gets maybe 3 yards there. I've mentioned it before. I love watching Cody run.
I do
different
too,
styles than Rolland, but he's still got that fullback mentality.
Yeah,
he hits you in the mouth.
He's a senior, and he checks in at 5'7", 150 pounds. So he's a little guy, but boy, you wouldn't know it watching him run.
No. He kind of reminds me of Ethan Wooldridge, that was fullback a couple years ago. And it's
Gave
going
it back to Elliott.
Back to him again.
Another good run up the middle.
It's going to be close to a first down, be 3rd and short, Jake.
Yeah, and they've got something going right here, Zach. And like I said earlier, we're in a big hole. We're closing in on the end of the third quarter, but you can see some positives.
Yes, if we score here, that's very big. And why not feed him again? And he's going to have the first down here.
Yeah, looks like he's right at the line to gain. They're going to give it to him. Looks like we'll probably have one more play in the half, maybe 2.
So ball's on the 15-yard line of the Wildcats. We can get a first down and still not be in the end zone. So that could be good for the Cats. Bearcats are taking their time. Got 15 seconds left on the play clock. Washburn is in at receiver on the right-hand side. Matson over here on the left. Backfield still the same. Goff goes in motion. He gets the pitch on the right-hand side. Dax Goff is going to be close to the first down. About an 8-yard, 9-yard carry there.
Yeah, that's a great job by Dax. Good pitch, good read by Tatum there. That will most likely bring us to the end of the half, guys. It will.
It will, yeah. So, hey, it's 34-7 at the end of 3, Jake, and Bearcats are knocking on the door right now. Ball's on the 5-yard line. We look pretty good this drive.
Yeah, ball's moving, led by number 32, our guy that we've brought in due to injury, Cody Elliott, and he's running like he belongs.
He does. And, I was kind of hoping we would maybe switch to that because earlier in the game, he's had some gaps and some breaks here and there. And he's looked good. You got to give a shout out to those guys on the line.
Yeah, they're. I agree. I know we're getting beat 34-7, but there's a lot of plays out here where we look like the more physical team, especially up front on some of these runs, and that's a positive. Mm-hmm. That's something that teams on film. Yeah, we might be down big, and I don't know how it's going to end, but even if it does end that way.
Hey, they're still fighting. They're still
fighting, and they're going to show that it doesn't matter what they're playing or who they're playing.
Right.
They're going to come to play. Booneville has an opportunity here to close that gap just a little bit.
Right. It's kind of reminds me of the movie Remember the Titans. Well, they're going to make sure that you remember when you play the Bearcats.
That's right.
And so I'll take that. So. Couple quick stats real quick. Cody, he's got 73 yards right now on the night. Dax has got 94. So Cody's only got 9 carries, so he's averaging 8 yards a pop.
Yeah, that's 8 yards a carry, and got an opportunity for at least one guy, maybe 2, to get over that century mark. Yeah. And against a team like Harding, that's an achievement.
It is. Dax, he's got 100 yards in the last 2 games, so maybe he can get Another one here, an offsides against the Wildcats as PT draws them off.
Yeah, we've only got 5 to go, so I believe that's half the distance to the goal
Distance, yes, sir.
penalty, but that will get us the first down, first and goal from the 2 or 3 yard line.
3, yeah. Got some footballs throwing up here. We've tried to get them to throw up here before, but don't really need them to hit the camera. Hey, I will say, need to give a shout out to our administration for allowing us to do this, and a little bit of talk here after this. A little I formation. Trace Hall has the ball, and he's going to be in. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And that's the momentum boost we needed a little bit.
Yeah.
Something positive to offset a little bit of how this night's went.
Right.
And that will go a long way towards that.
That's going to bring on Marcos Major to do the PAT for your Cats. PT's going to be doing the holding, and Dax Goff is going to be your long snapper. Give a shout out to Coach Walker, Mr. Trent Goff. We've got some new headsets up here, and give a big shout out to them. That kick is in. So it's 34-14 with 11:57 left to go here in the ball game.
And Zach, I will say this: I know we're down 20. But this is an improvement
Yes.
off the last 3 or 4 times we've seen Harding
yes,
Academy.
Sir, by far.
And they've got the guys, they've got the athletes that they always do. I know they're young this year.
They are younger
a little
this year.
bit. They've got a couple of
got some sophomores.
number 2 Hoover. He's just a junior.
Yeah.
Quarterback's a sophomore,
Right.
stepping in for their boy going to play baseball this year. So they're a good team. They're going to only keep getting better. But I'm proud of the way Booneville's fought and kind of stayed in this thing.
Right, they could have easily have laid down and just, gave up, just especially right out of the gate out of, third quarter, and they hadn't.
No, and with the early turnover that stopped a little bit of momentum on our side and a couple things that went wrong for us,
Right.
it could have went the other way. And a lot of people expected this to be a mercy rule by this point, and we're
Right.
sitting at a 20-point deficit.
Yeah. So you got to give kudos to the guys and the coaches down there. And let's see. Isaac, you think we do an onside kick here?
No. They got their hands team out, but the deepest guy's 25. So if he can pooch it high enough to about the 20, have our guys run underneath it.
I was going to say, you got Trace Hall, Dunn Daniel, and Cody Elliott over here. A couple of your fast guys. With Brooks out, Trace is, to my knowledge, the fastest cat out there.
Yeah, and I don't think it's particularly close.
Yeah. And
they do a little pooch.
He's just going to go down.
Yeah, smart decision by Harding just to go down. They've got good field position to start.
Right. And I like the play call there. You might as well. And I was kind of hoping to get one more hop because Trace was right there.
Yeah, and I understood what Isaac was saying, too, with the pooch at high. They had their closest guy to 25. I think that would have been a good decision as well. But Cats choose to go aggressive a little bit, and you never know what could happen there. You can't ever fault somebody for being aggressive, I don't think.
No.
Especially in a game where you're down 20.
Right. I mean, we got 11:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Yeah, thank you.
If it's the first, this has been a long quarter.
Ooh, yes, sir. We got quads to the right. And ball, bad snap, and he's got some pressure here from Chase Plumell. He's just going to tuck it, and Dax Goff is pushing him out of bounds. He's going to be 1 or 2 yards, I think, from the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Harding caught a break there. That thing, that ball got out on him quick, snapped from the center, and it bounced right up after 2 hops right into his chest.
Yeah.
Caught a break there, could have very easily went the other way. And that's kind of been the way things have went for the Cats tonight. Just a lot of things not go their way or the way they had hoped, but they're continuing to fight. Got a big chance for the defense right here.
So you're going to have, looks like quads over here to the left, one to the right. And Griffin's going to go in motion. We're going to have a timeout, and Harding, or play clock was winding down, Isaac says. Coach wasn't very happy for the Wildcats over there. Not sure if they was trying to see what they could get and just couldn't quite set up in time.
Yeah, it looked like things were just a little slow moving on their side. forced them to take a timeout, and that's not necessarily a bad thing for either side.
Right.
Saves a little bit for Harding there, but it also gives Booneville a chance to catch a breath there and reset. Got a big play coming up, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, 2nd
here.
12. Yeah. Well, they got, and it's 11:48 left to go here in the 4th quarter, and if we can get a fumble or interception and score real quick, we got a ball game again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You continue to fight hard in this situation because you never know. You're one big play away, 2 big plays away from something drastically changing in a ball game.
You're going to have trips to the left over there, 2 over here, 1 to the right. Miller is going to be your quarterback. Garland over here, they're going to go to him more than likely. And I was wrong. That's number 3.
That's Landon Coke.
Landon Coke.
Landon Coke, 6'2", senior. Had a step on him, but it was just kind of overthrown a little bit, kind of an awkward throw.
It was.
Good job by Booneville right there, bring up a 3rd and 13, and we're in another one of those cases, Zach, where if we get the stop here and get something quick going, you never know.
And Katz was able to get back as Sims almost jumped. Harding was wanting a penalty there, but he got back just in time. Got 7 seconds on the play clock. Miller's looking. He's got some pressure from Plymell. Decent coverage here by the Cats. Wide open, though, number 2. And he's going to go in. That's Hoover.
Yeah, that's Kyler Hoover. Just got through everybody. Hit. Nobody within 10 yards of him there on the play. And just another missed opportunity for the Cats.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
I know they're all frustrated. I know we are, the coaches are, the players are. That's something that I'm willing to bet Coach Kimes works to clean up because teams are going to see that, for down the road. They're going to see these holes in our coverage. And I know Coach Kimes. I work closely with him in baseball season. He's a great coach. He'll get them ready.
Ferry's going to attempt the PAT, and it is good. That makes it 41-14 with 11:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. For Jake Fennell and Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off P.J. George Drive, Don Elmore press box. And another 3rd and long, we was just talking, we've had them in 3rd and longs, it seems like almost all night tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to bet 5-6 times we've been 3rd and 9 or better.
Right.
And just haven't been able to quite come up with the big stop that's needed.
And I will say, I give a big shout out to our defensive line, Plymell and Obar and Sims and the rest of them and Barnes. They've done a good job getting pressure on Miller, but Miller rolls that pocket and then just opens up different lanes, as Isaac said earlier.
Yeah, and defensive line has been in the backfield all night. They've done a good job getting pressure, but that quarterback, he's good on the move.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from our own 20. Got 11:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Plymell's coming out. Looks like he was going to go in there, but may have changed their mind. 1 receiver to either side. PT comes up under center as Goff goes in motion. Hand off to Cody Elliott right up the middle. Cody's turning them legs. He gets about 5-6 yards there on the carry.
He's average. I don't know what he's averaging a carry right now, but it's got to be close to 4 or 5 yards at least.
Right.
And maybe more. He's done a great job. 2nd and 4 now coming up for the Bearcats. Big opportunity here to get a little, I keep saying that, get a little bit of momentum going on our side. I know we're down big here, but anything positive to gain from this is we have pushed around a good team on the ground and able to move the ball a little bit.
We really have. And ball's on the got a flag there.
I believe we had a false start penalty.
So that's going to back us up 5, be 2nd and 10. I got a score real quick. Nashville and Charleston, still the same score, but Nashville's 21, Charleston is 12. That's in the 4th quarter. Got to give props to Coach May and Charleston picking up a game against Nashville. Non-conference game. Nashville had Genoa Central dropped out to 8-man, and they had to schedule another game. And Coach May's all, hey, yeah, we'll play you.
Yeah, we're real familiar with Coach May. He's got that mentality that we share with him.
Right.
Being here at Booneville, pick up a big game like that.
They got a pitch from Dax Goff gets the pitch, and he's going to have the first down, and that's going to put him over 100 yards
Yeah,
tonight.
that'll put him well over 100. He's looking at about 120 now at this point.
And that's going to be his 3rd game in a row that Dax has got 100 yards. So
yeah, he's well on his way to having an excellent season.
He is. He was short of 1,000 yards last year, and we almost had 3 guys with 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, and, that's one of the unfortunate things about being up so much in so many games. Your starters don't get a lot of look in the second half.
Right. As Hall gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side, and he's just met by Simmons.
That's one thing that hasn't worked tonight, that little outside run to Hall. He hasn't had much room to go all night.
No, he really hadn't. Other than that one run he had earlier in the game, he's kind of been stuffed on that, and they've done a good job reading that play.
Yeah, you can tell they keyed on that a little bit throughout the week, and that's been a big source of our offense over the last, especially that first game.
Yeah.
I don't think he had but 3 or 4 carries or something like that, but he had well over 100 yards.
He had almost 150 yards on about 4 carries. So.
Yeah, so they keyed on that.
And kind of a hand back over here to Dax. And Dax is still up on his feet as he drives those legs of his, and he's going to be close to the first down.
They're going to give it to him, I believe. He's right at the line to gain, right at the 50-yard line. Excellent job by Dax.
Good job by Dax.
And excellent job by the rest of the team getting behind him and giving him a second little push there.
Washburn's going to come out, and Dunn Daniel's going to come into the game for your Booneville Bearcats. 8:58 left to go here in the ball game. It's 41-14 Harding up over your Booneville Bearcats. PT comes up under center. Hall goes in motion, and this is going to be a handoff to Elliott, and he carries 2 guys with him about 3 yards.
Yeah, he is hit nearly as soon as he gets it, and he just keeps turning them legs a little bit, makes something out of nothing, gains 3 yards there. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Bearcats.
One receiver split to either side. Goff goes in motion for the Cats. PT is going to keep it, lowers his shoulder, and does a little somersault. Depends on where they spot it. They're going to spot him back there. It'll be about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it looks like 3rd and 4. And we're in 2-down territory here. We have to go for it.
Yeah.
As long as we're, there or forward, as long as we're not going back. But big opportunity for Booneville here. They need to make a play right now. Set themselves up for a little bit of success to sustain the drive.
Cats are taking their time here. Got 10 seconds on the play clock. Dunn Daniel split it out to the left. Manson over here to the right. PT under center as Hall goes in motion. And, oh man.
Got another drop pass. That one is by number 5, Dunn Daniel, and he's frustrated with himself. He's a kid that, I've known him a long time now. He expects perfection out of himself, and you can't expect that, but, that is one player out there that he wish he could have back.
Right. I like watching Dunn play. He's also another guy I like to watch, but hard-nosed kid. He played some in the backfield last year, and as well as tight end.
Yeah.
But, Dunn does a good job, and I'd like to see him get a good catch here maybe. And there's going to be a pitch over here to Dax, and he's just going to be stuffed on 4th down.
That'll be a turnover on downs.
So 7:26 left to go here in the ball game, and the Wildcats are going to take over on their own 47-yard line.
Zach, while we've got a break here, I've got a couple more shout-outs. Gabe Fennell listening in Russellville. He was a state champ here, 2018 team.
That's right.
Then I got another one, Chase Carlin, former Bearcat, made a big play down in Malvern.
Yeah.
A few years back. He's listening in Texas in his hometown. Says, "Go Cats."
Got trips to the right, one over here to the left as Hoover goes in motion. And that's Wildcat quarterback is going to be Griffins.
That's going to be about 4-yard carry there. That's been about his max for the night.
Yeah.
Excluding that one big run at the end of the half. Again, you know, I've said it a few times. Physicality up front's been big for Booneville. I think that'll be something to something positive to take from this.
Oh, by far. And you got Washburn and Crosby coming in. You know, get some fresh legs and fresh bodies on the defensive line. And Plymell's still out there for you Cats. 8 seconds left on the play clock. And got a little pass over here to Hoover. And Lofton, good open field tackle there by the sophomore.
Tackle made by number 4, Clayton Lofton.
Be third and about 4.
Another sophomore getting some playing time.
Clayton's one of those kids that I don't know if the beginning of the year they felt was going to have a role to start out on this team, and due to a few injuries and circumstances pop up, he's carved out a good little role.
He has. He really has, and he's
been involved in a few tackles and in coverage tonight as well.
And he's covering right now McFarland over here on the left-hand side. Little receiver screen over here to Hoover. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Koch. And Cody Elliott and PT on the stop there, Jake.
Yeah, good job by them there to contain that. Maybe a loss of a yard even.
Right.
Brings up a situation, you know, it's probably too deep to kick. They may give it a go. He's definitely got the leg, especially going that direction.
Right. And they'll probably, I figure they'll run the clock down, take their timeout, and that'd give them one left in the game.
Yeah, and a little bit of time to think about what they want to do. I don't expect them to punt this away.
No.
So I would expect either a kick or some sort of rollout to give them an opportunity to pick it up.
And they're going to take a break. And I'll tell you what, we'll thank our sponsors for the app and BoonevilleBearcats.com. Our exclusive broadcast advisor is First Western Bank. They've been serving our local communities for 110 years. And our premier sponsors, 5B Properties and B Plus Rentals. See Calvin Bennett for your rental needs. Community National Bank of Booneville. Let Mr. Brett Cook and the staff take care of you and your banking needs. Also, we can't forget Mr. Gerald Baker down at Shelter Insurance, as well as S&W Home Center. Any of your hardware needs, head down to them and see them. They'll hook you up. The city of Booneville, a good hometown. See Taylor Niedert and Patriot Underground. They do a good job right here around town. They've done stuff. Look those guys up, and they can get you hooked up with whatever you need, I'm sure. First Booneville, home of First Booneville students and First Booneville kids. And we can't forget Miss Stacy Hobart Photo Art. You got 2 receivers to the left over here. That's McFarland and Hoover. 2 more over there to the right. Miller's your quarterback. Griffin's going to be to the left of him. He's rolling over here to his left. Chase Plymell. Now they got away with the holding call there. Dunn Daniel almost had him as well as Big Old Country. And Cody Elliott's in pursuit. He's going to have the first down. He slides down. And in my opinion, they got away with the holding call over here on Chase.
Yeah, I saw it too. It looked like his jersey was stretched to here. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
He ran a mile to pick that up.
Yeah.
One end of the field to the other, sideline to sideline.
Yeah, and brings up first down for the Wildcats with 4:55 left to go here in the ball game.
I usually don't say anything about that, but that was
Kind of a trips over here to the left. Wildcats taking their time.
Try to stop him again, first down. Harden.
Let's see if we get a handoff right up the middle. Dax Goff and Matt Obar on the stop there for your Bearcats, as well as Mr. Elliott.
That's a good job by our backs or linebackers today, stepping up, making a big hit.
They have, and they've played really good tonight. Our defense, in my opinion, I feel like our defense has done pretty good tonight. I mean, yes, it's a big score, and people may laugh at that, but against a good team, the quarterback's had 700 yards passing through 2 games. I feel like we've done good in coverage at times.
Yeah, we've had our moments where we've looked impressive. Stopping the run's been excellent, I feel. Coverage he's found some holes like he's done the previous few games.
Right. And hand off to Griffins, and almost Sims had him.
And again, you know, that's maybe a half a yard gain.
Yeah.
Good job by the defense there. And here we go again, Zach.
We've talked about this. Third and 7.
6, 7, whatever it is here.
Let's see if we can come up with a stop. 3:38 left to go here in the ball game. And you would love to see a big stop here or even get a turnover.
Yeah, just something to give them a little confidence.
In tight over here on the left-hand side for the Wildcats. Look back to the sideline. Number 23 is over there by himself. Well, that's what was that? Jude Bagger. And stopped there by the Cats defense as Griffin's there on the stop. And Wingfield on the stop for the Bearcats.
I imagine the kicker is coming out.
Yeah.
Kind of in that zone. They may elect to run this thing down.
And call their final timeout.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're going to do. That's a smart decision. Take a little time off the clock, inch this thing closer to the end, catch your breath, and come out and kick for your 3.
I think Harding's going to call another timeout, 4th down and 3.
So they're going to take a timeout with about 2:30 left to go here in the ball game. For Isaac Brown and Jake Fennell, I'm Zach Austin. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football.
Timeout, Harding Academy.
And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium Shield Field, just right off DJ George Drive. Don Elmore press box. Got a 40-yard attempt here by Ferry. Have a score update. Charleston has scored. It's 27-19, Nashville over Charleston.
They've got it within 8.
That's in the 4th quarter, so see if maybe they can squeak one out. Mansfield is 27, Waldron is 7. Mansfield's kind of been a little surprising to me this year,
yeah,
you know?
they have. I'm friends with a coach there. His name's Leighton Robinson. He's from Magazine. Great guy. He calls plays on that team, and he's been impressed with them up to this point, and I am as well. They were kind of a surprise to start out the year.
They really was. You know, they had a couple down years the past couple years, and had a really good class a couple years ago back when your brother Gabe played, and had a pretty good quarterback and running back and stuff. And
yeah, they've had their share of athletes over the years. I believe last couple may have been a down year a little bit for them, but it looks like they may be back on track.
Looks like Clarendon is up 16-7. That says it's at halftime. Episcopal Collegiate's 27 and Perryville's 12. That's in the 4th quarter. 8-man action. Genoa Central's up 32-16 over Cutter Morning Star in the 4th quarter. Got a different kicker here. That is number 35, Griffin Thomas, Chuck says. High kick, and we may get a return here. Picked up by Washburn over here on the right-hand side. And cuts to the sideline. Still on his feet.
Great job,
Jace with a spin move. Cuts back to the back side of the field. He's got one guy over there.
And he beat him. Here he
him.
goes.
Up over to the 50.
Another
Jace Washburn still on his feet. Cuts back across the field. Oh, my goodness. And he's going to be tackled at the 44-yard line. Jake, what a run by Jace.
Yeah, he broke 842 tackles on the play to get there. Jace, he's one of those kids. I think he's going to have a big future for the Bearcats. He'll probably be your guy under center next year, if I had to guess. He's got a lot of skill with the ball in his hands. Excited for his future.
And speaking of having him under the center, looks like he's going to be your quarterback now.
Yeah, I figured that would be coming on this possession. We're just over 2 minutes left in the game. We're not in the mercy rule. We never got to that point. It's a 30-point game now.
Right. 2:09 left to go. And
so they'll have an opportunity here to get more than just the 1 or 2 plays off and see if they can make something happen, starting with excellent field position.
You got Shelton split out to the left. Garrick Barr's going to be your fullback. And Garrick's going to get the ball right up the middle. He gets maybe a yard, almost 2. Desmond Conley comes in late for the Cats.
Yep. Yeah, Garrick's one of those kids. Garrick Barr, was he number 24, I believe.
Yep.
Coming in for Elliott here. Barr's one of those kids. He didn't get a lot of carries last year, but in the garbage time games, you know, when they got out of hand, fourth quarter, he ran the ball hard.
He did. I think he's a hard runner.
He's a little kid, small. Yeah. He runs hard. He may carve out a roll down the road.
Right. And Lofton goes in motion for the Cats. He gets the pitch on the right-hand side, and that was a good look by 30 right there.
Yeah, that's Peyton Cole, linebacker, senior. Good open field tackle, wrapped him up, brought him down to the ground, no gain on the play.
Your other halfback over here, that's going to be Dylan Todd, number 21. Gage Bouchard is going to be your center. Frank Gill, number 79, is going to be your right guard. Your right tackle is going to be number 51. That's Trevor Cairo. Your left guard is going to be Matthew Crosby, looks like. And your left tackle is going to be J.J. Redmond. Hand off to Garrick Barr up the middle, maybe a yard, almost 2 there. And Garrick's a little frustrated there. He wanted, you know, Garrick's a hard runner, and it's kind of like his mom said, you know, he's got that heart of the Bearcat.
Yeah, he wants to do good. He wants to find success. Picked up a couple yards there. Looks like we're going to have one more play. I imagine we'll just run it, see what happens.
Right. You got 30 seconds left to go here. 18 seconds on the play clock. So you got receiver either side. Conley split out to the right over here. And it's going to be hand off to Garrick Barr up the middle. He's going to have the first down. So that will stop the clock with 8 seconds.
Yeah, that'll stop the clock, but they're just going to wind it. They're just going to wind it here, and that'll be it, Zach. It's going to bring up a final score there, 44-14, Harding Academy over the Booneville Bearcats. One of those games that I think, you know, a lot of people, you know, you had your people that thought Booneville would sneak up on them, but most, I would say, probably thought that was going to be a mercy rule and
right.
Quick, and it never got to that point.
And it never did, and, you know, this is the 4th time we've played Harding, the first time they've come to Booneville, and the first time they actually hadn't scored 50 points on us.
Yeah, and you know, we've had good teams the last couple of years. They've had excellent teams the last couple of years, and they're on a. I think we can all agree they're a little bit different of a team.
They are.
We'll leave it at that. That's the non-controversial way to look at that.
Right.
But you gotta like the push that Booneville had there, especially on that defensive front.
Yes, defense got some pressure on Miller tonight, forced him to roll out, and that's when he opened up some different lanes, got the receivers to move, and a lot of people figured we was going he was just going to throw all over the place.
Yeah, and
we got fairly decent.
Yeah, make no mistake, he threw for a lot of yards. I don't know what it is, but you got to remember also we're beat up a little bit. We've got inexperienced guys in the backfield, and that's not an excuse. That's,
no.
I mean, we've got to step up and make plays, and they know it, and we and the coaches, everybody knows that. But the reason I bring that up is that's a learning moment for those guys to be thrown out there against somebody to that caliber. Because when you're out there and you're playing your I'm not going to name any particular teams, but your weaker teams that aren't going to be throwing and not as accurate, not as strong, you feel like you're further ahead than what you are. And I think that was a big moment, a learning moment for who we got back there, especially those young guys.
Oh, by far, because you've got, Lofton, he's one of your corners, and then Washburn's out there as well, and then Poole's in there at linebacker, and, you just got those 3-4 sophomores back there. And like you said, it's not an excuse, but it gives them, like you said, that experience against a quarterback that's pretty good and a team that's pretty good. That's going to threaten 4A.
Right.
To win the
Oh
title.
yeah, they'll make a push at it for sure if they don't go all the way. And here's what's big to me. In the past, we run into these big teams like your Harding Academy.
Mhm.
They beat us, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go from there. It's you're moving on to, basketball season or your off season if you're not leaving.
Right.
But this time around, because we've seen them early,
Yeah.
we've got something to build off of. We've got footage of what a good team looks like. We've seen some of what our holes are, some things we need to work on, and that's going to be big, I think, in the long run.
I think so. And Isaac's going to pull up some final stats for you. Booneville Bearcats wound up with 279 total yards of offense. 263 of that was on the ground, 16 through the air. We had 2 touchdowns, 25 minutes and 28 seconds time of possession. For the Wildcats, 422 yards of offense, 113 on the ground with 309 through the air. And they had 4 touchdowns, a couple field goals, 22 minutes and 32 seconds time of possession. Do some individual stats real quick as well. For the Wildcats, Miller was 20 of 27 passing, 309 yards and 4 touchdowns. Leading receiver was Hoover. He had 149 yards, Jake, on 9 catches, so 16 yards average.
Yeah, he's a little baller. He's going to be a good one for him.
McGarland, he had 89 yards on 5 catches, followed by Koch with 52 yards. Leading tackler was number 30, Cole for the Wildcats. He had 8.5, followed by Simmons with 6.5, and City and Mercer had 4.5 tackles. For your Booneville Bearcats, some individual stats. Tatum, 3 of 7 passing for 16 yards. Dax Goff was your leading rusher, 13 carries for 123 yards, and average of 9.5 yards a carry. Cody Elliott finished with 10 carries and 81 yards.
8 yards a carry, that's good.
That's real good. So you got 2 guys going over 8 yards a carry. That's really good. Dax is your leading tackler again. He had 10.5 tackles. Damari Poole had 4.5, followed by Dunn Daniel had 4.5. PT and Jace Washburn both had 4, and Cody Elliott with 3.5. Matt O'Barr had 3. Harding Academy will be, I believe, at home next week. They've played all 3 of their non-conference games. They've been on the road.
Right.
So they'll finally be at home next week. They take on Stuttgart. So big game, big conference game for them. Big game probably for top of the conference right there.
Yeah, I would say so. Stuttgart's usually a team that every year. Yeah, Chuck said they're beating Forest City by a couple touchdowns here. But Stuttgart's always one of them teams that's mentioned when you talk about the best teams of 4A. So
right. Your Bearcats, they'll be on the road next week. They'll take on the Hackett Hornets. Hackett's 1-2. They had tonight off. They played a Centerpoint team, very first game of the year, and lost 34-32. They played Picola, Oklahoma, and lost 28-6, and then they played Panama and won 40-16. Hackett's kind of a gritty team in a way, honestly.
Yeah,
pretty good.
They're gritty. They're not a very big school.
Right.
Should we handle them? Yes, we should handle them. Pretty handedly. But they're going to be a team that will sneak up on you if you come out. So if you're turning the ball over, you're dropping passes or missing tackles, not wrapping up, you could find yourself in an early hole that you have to dig out of. So Booneville will need to come prepared next week.
And your final score is going to be 44-14. And I guess I don't really have anything else. Isaac, you got anything? Jake?
Nope. Go Cats.
So I guess that's going to do it for us until next week. Lord willing, we'll see you. For Isaac Brown, Jake Fennell, I'm Zach Austin. Thank you for watching Bearcat football. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.